And off we go. Epic Israel 2019. First riders in this prologue. Number 514, it was Eli Cohen and Chagai Golan going for the first stage here, the first prologue. We have a great course today, going south and starting south, then going west towards the Mediterranean Sea, going through the old city of Akko, north, and then going back here to the race village. And here are the second starters. Number 60, Tzur Brandt and Itamar Deshe. So hello everyone and welcome to this race. We're here at the start line. The atmosphere here is amazing. Many people here cheering the riders. And here for another, the third start of the day, number 372. It's Adi Deutsch and Mayan Laad. And you're not mistaken, Adi has one leg of his and one different, not of his. Here we're getting the first helicopter shots. You can see the riders going under the ancient aqueduct. And we have a little tumble over there at the beginning. Maybe getting a little too excited over there. They're going now on the fields towards Akko, and here the fourth couple is already out. Number 303, Yaakov Cohen and Ziv Anfi are already off and going. I hope they'll have a better luck in that corner. Next up we have Amit Abraham and Adi Koren. They're just about to go and off. We had one duo missing here, so the start is delaying. And here we can see some more helicopter shots of this duo riding the course. You can see the beautiful cotton fields that we'll see lots of today in the Mediterranean Sea. And here they go. Number 365, Adi Frumin and Amit Abrahami, starting their prologue, and we have our cameraman just behind them, so you will get some GoPro shots from behind them very soon. So welcome everyone to the 7th edition of Epic Israel 2019. We are here at Mate Asher for this race, the 7th edition of this race. It's the first time that we have a 4-day race starting with a prologue. And with me here is Carl. We'll hear from him very shortly. He's just on his way back from the start line. Here we can see our first GoPro shots from our e-bike. Our e-bike rider is Aviv Yahzekal. And they're just starting the course. They're still in Mate Asher, and they'll go out of it and head towards Akko very soon. You can see the cheering and all the people around, the huge race village we have here. It's just wonderful, great atmosphere. And here we are at another start, number 378. It's Alon Segal and David Enbal from Israel. They will start the 20-kilometer prologue shortly. You can see in 3 seconds, and here they go. Okay, so we get another picture here from the helicopter of the riders starting. Next up on the start line are going to be number 338, Amit Galor and Oren Sela, and they went off. Here you can see. And now again we're following the duo wearing the Technion colors, actually, the Technion Institute of Technology, University in Israel. Here some more helicopter shots of the riders at the start. We'll have our elite riders going slightly later. Now we're going through the masters. The masters are starting for a long time here. We have many masters. As we see another duo going off the way. Number 326. It's Amit Novik and Nir Nachmani. They're going up to this prologue. They have 2 hours to finish this as the cutoff time, but I believe they'll do it much faster. As we see again our e-bike footage here at the beginning of the course. We have riders here starting every 30 seconds. So it's going to be many starts. We have 300 pairs starting this race. So every 30 seconds. And when we get to the elite riders, the gap is going to change to 1 minute, but we have some time till that. Here's the footage of our race today. You can see the course they'll do. They'll start south and then go to the Mediterranean Sea, go right through Akko and up north back to our race village. It's a beautiful course. Not easy. It may be only 22 kilometers, but you can't stop pedaling. They have some tough stones throughout that. They have sand that they need to conquer. It's not going to be easy. As you can see again, our riders from the e-bike making their way through the beginning of the course. You can see the riders are not riding next to each other. They're riding one behind another, trying to pace each other and fight the wind in the most efficient way. So again, this is Amit Avrahami and Nadi Koren at the beginning. As here at the race village, we have the winners of last year. Angelo Di Veroli and Chaim Dahan are starting here at the race village. Maybe we'll get footage of that soon. They won last year the master category, and I'm sure they want to win it again. They are very strong contenders, 2 very strong riders that are fighting for the win. Number 301, we have to put an eye on these guys.
ארנון רוזנבאום ועדי רוזנבאום, הרוזנבאומים, מה קורה לכם חברים? בהצלחה. כן, רוזנבאום, שימו בטליה, בא מוכנה עם האתגר של ההזדקה. 2, 1, go!
So again, we can see some duos about to catch each other, or there was a catch being made. Another rule here is that you can't draw behind another pair. You must ride only with your pair. And now with me joining the commentary box here is Carl. How are you, Carl?
Hello, Ori. Yeah, nice to be here. The 2019 edition, 7th edition of the Migdal Epic Israel, powered by Preg. As you guys already seen and heard from Ori, plenty of riders started already. We're 8.5 minutes into the race. 2 minutes. There's always that rule. Nobody is allowed to be more than 2 minutes ahead of their partner. The guys are very strict this year round. There's no time penalty. The guys get automatically disqualified. Beautiful racing. As you guys can see in the starting round there, the guys already getting ready for their respective race. The first 11.5 kilometers is open Jeep tracks, and then the first little sting in the tail is just there. Well, the first one is 9.5 kilometers. We'll go underneath the road, and obviously a little bit of a loose steep climb. And then I think in 14.5 kilometers is the infamous little...
אז גל, עד לפה היה מגניב, היה מעניין, היה כמה דברים באמת לא סטנדרטיים, אבל בוא תספר לי לאן הגענו, זה מקום מדהים.
זו החומה המזרחית, לב עכו, אחד המקומות הכי יפים פה. בעצם מה שמיוחד בפרולוג הזה שלנו, אחרי בערך 12 קילומטר, נכנסים לקטע אורבני. 1.5 קילומטר בתוכו, בתוך הקטע האורבני הזה, זה עכו העתיקה. מטפסים על חומות, יורדים מדרגות, קטעי סינגל קצרים בעלייה, טק, 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 נכנסים לחפיר, יוצאים מהחפיר. זה שונה לגמרי מכל מה שיש לרוכבים עד לפה, ומה שיש להם מפה. עד לפה הם נוסעים באבוקדו.
זה גם לא כזה נגש סטנדרטי, זה כאילו יש פה את העניין הזה של השינוי קצבים, הרבה סיבובים, עלייה חדש שיש פה בכבש הזה לכיוון המקום המדהים הזה. בול. זה ממש משהו שדורש יכולות שונות מיכולות נגש קלאסיות, שזה להיכנס לקצב, קבוע.
לתת גז, בדיוק. עכשיו פה יש לנו הרי את הכבש הזה, עלייה של 38%, כמעט 37.5% שיפוע, קצרה אומנם. יש עוד את השתי קירות האלו של החפיר, כניסה לחפיר ויציאה, החול ים עצמו, דרמטי, ומה שאמרת קודם, התחושה הזאת של החזרת מהירות אחרי כל פנייה.
כן,
בקיצור,
יציאות ספרינט חזקות.
בול. אז הדבר הזה, זה משהו שיגזול אנרגיה דרמטית. תכלס, זה איזשהו קטע טקטי, כניסה אליו והיציאה ממנו יכולים להיות שונים ולעשות אפקט עבור כל זו.
רגע, ומעכשיו בעצם יש לנו עוד 8-10 קילומטר עד הסיום?
בול. 13.5 קילומטר, אנחנו בקילומטר 13.5, 22 קילומטר עד הסוף, וזה פרולוג שטוח, 100 מטר, צוברים בו 100 מטר. את ה-100 מטר האלו צוברים רק על הקילומטר וחצי הזה.
איך היית מתנהל פה במקצע המרוץ הזה? היית מרביץ מההתחלה כמו תחרות קרוס קאנטרי מפוצץ?
א', חד משמעי.
אוקיי.
חד משמעי, זה 22 קילומטר, זה לא מלא. ב', יכולות של רוכב אופני הרים, טהורות, יש בתוכם כוללות את הדבר הזה, את הפיצוצים. בוא נגיד שמי שינצח היום את הפרולוג, הרוכבים שהם מומחים, לא לפרולוג קלאסי קצר, אבל הם מומחים לנגש, הם רוכבים מאוד חזקים, מהירים, לא בהכרח אלו שנראה, לוקחים את החולצה ואת ההובלה, החולצה הצהובה ואת ההובלה, בשאר הימים. הרוכבים שפה יככבו, זה לא בהכרח הרוכבים שיככבו בשלבים הבאים. מה שנדרש פה זה הרבה כוח והרבה מהירות, ולאו דווקא יחס הספק משקל.
Well, you've heard it, the guys going through the course, and it looks unbelievable. Plenty of history in this little section of part of the country. Ori, I must say, if I look at the prologue, I'd see it's the first time, obviously, the new viewers and listeners, welcome to the 7th edition of the Migdal Epic Israel, powered by Prig. First time ever that we have the prologue. It's both because, it's going through the inner circles of the old city of Akko, in sites that were about 300 years old, by the way. There's been some amazing cannons from the history from Napoleon Bonaparte, the siege of Acre. So the guys can expect some amazing historical riding, and yes, a couple of stings in the tail, places that tricky parts and sections that the guys need to go through. We're at the racing as it goes. It looks like the guys are having fun. They're racing hard, and obviously it will be crunch time and electrifying once we get to the UCI riders a little bit later this afternoon.
Yes, we just saw Gal and Ben Kedmi. Gal is the race organizer, explaining a little bit about the course today, about the technical parts. We saw that near the walls of the old city of Akko, there are some tough climbs. We have 37% climbing there. It may be short, but it certainly stings you.
Well, like I always say, Ori, if all else fails, you do it like a man, put it in a big blade and you walk it up, because it is extreme, that 35% incline. What's nice about this prologue is, as all the guys, once they go through the inner city circles and through the beautiful town, they will go along the Mediterranean coast for a little while, which is going to be spectacular. It's a beautiful country with amazing history, and obviously a great achievement for a very young country. 13 minutes into the race, once again a couple of riders got on the way, and the prologue started. You must see all the kids and everything. It's electrifying here by the start, so it is a definitely must-do race on the calendar.
It is a great race, as we can see, number 3, 4, 5 here for CCC. It is Adi Koren and Daniel Kaminsky here just going on the road in their race. You can see that they're riding now they're riding together, but they're going to change one in front of the other. One is drafting for the other one. The one on the front is working harder, and the one on the back is resting.
Definitely, Ori, it is all about teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. So the guys give each guy a chance to sit in the front. Another guy, obviously, as Ori has mentioned, just save a little bit of energy. It is going to be fast today, 23 kilometers. It is the first ever prologue of the Migdal Epic Israel, and about 100 meters of climbing. However, don't let that 100 meters fool you. It is all very hot, and it's very tough riding out there.
Yes, it may be 100 meters of climbing, but as Gal said in the video earlier, first of all, they're all accumulated in 1.5 kilometers in the middle of the course. So most of it is flat, but even that flat is not simple. We're on the way back, as you said, we're going on the Mediterranean Sea, and we're going very close to the Mediterranean Sea. We're going practically on the beach. They have to ride on sand. It's going to be tough.
It's definitely going to be tough. It is also a very great tourist destination, this part of the country. So the guys still have to battle through that, but the marshals, everybody will make sure that the paths and the roads are clear. But how amazing is this footage?
Yes, this footage is here from our e-bike rider following this duo. We're going to have e-bike footage throughout the whole race. We're going with GoPro Hero 7 this year. Today we're going to follow a few riders, and the continuation of the race, we're going to see the race just from from the riders themselves.
Well, you can see we're once again at the starting area. There we go, riders number 302.
Dan Zygmunt and Rועי are starting. They are pretty strong riders in the master category. We may see them fighting for the win this year.
I saw their names actually as part of the favourites for the Masters. I know there's quite a few, well, there's a team from South Africa which is in the mix there as well. John O'Connor and Izzy Zimmerman, they are some of the top favourites as well. Most of the local guys in the Grandmasters of the favourites. We've got the likes of Gil Kashi, Israel, Chen, apologies, and then obviously Hans, Plakart, Wim, Telenare, that's the guys from Belgium, they in the mix there as well. And then obviously, yes, Amos Gary and Zohar Galil.
Yeah, you know, Amos Gary was with me where you were sitting last year.
Oh, was he one of the commentators? Okay, yes. I heard something like that. So today, well, he's riding, he's fighting it out there with the best.
And before he started commentating, he won 4 editions of this race, I'm pretty sure. So he's a strong rider.
Well, he's a local man with a local tan, Ori.
Yes, he is.
I don't know if you guys know, but the pedigree in this race, I mentioned it on the start, but yes, we've about 25 countries representing this year and 16 national championships. And it is road, cross-country and marathon racing. We've got everybody here from Germany, Austria, Canada, Switzerland, Hungary, even the South Africans, Belgium, France, Russia. So we've got a huge volume of international riders. The US of A, Canada is here as well. Serbia, Netherlands is here. The Netherlands are here as well. Hungary, Portugal, Argentina, Estonia, they're here as well. We've got a couple of Spanish guys as well. So yes, everybody's here. You can see the guys high-five. Well, you can't see it on TV, but the guys high-fiving the kids. You must see we've got a capacity crowd at the start-finishing area.
Yes, we have a great start-finish area here with many people cheering. We have a great place to chill out after the race, to grab something, maybe to fix your bike, to clean your bike, to grab something to eat, to have your drink. It's just really great here as another pair going off the start ramp for the ride today.
And it's nice and spectator-friendly as well, this course, and that's what I like about the Prologue, not just the spectator-friendly aspect, but, you know, just settling all the butterflies to get the nerves out of the system, and the guys can then see what they can expect for the next couple of days, the terrain, the scenery, how rough it is, how tough it is, and then take it from there. Obviously, the heat's going to play a bit of a role the next couple of days. It's quite hot. I think it's 51 degrees at the moment here, so yeah, it's going to be a scorcher of a day.
Yes, luckily in the next days we're going to start earlier, so it's not going to be as hot, and we will experience some tougher climbs today. The climbs, as we said, are really short and stinky, but in the next days we're going to have longer climbs. The riders will have to show how they do with these climbs, as we see again footage from our e-bike as the riders make their way towards the city of Akko on the field.
Well, we are in the beginning phase of the Prologue, the 7th edition of the Migdal Epic Israel, powered by Trek. Well, once again, the local guys. There goes a few local guys. Local is lekker, local is yofe. Like they would say it in Israel. Yofe and lekker means just great. It's awesome.
Exactly. You made some great progress with your Hebrew here in the past few days.
I had to learn quickly, Ori, but I love it. I love the country, I love the people, I love the food, I love the hospitality, and I love the history that this country has to offer. I don't know if you guys know, but some interesting facts about Israel is the guys still racing and fighting it out in that first 11.5 farm roads section. I don't know if you guys know, but this country is only 70 years old. They're the country that developed the cell phone, the first antivirus software, voicemail, and I believe next year, after 12 and 18 years of development, we are going to see our first flying vehicle, car, by the way. So yes, I did some homework, so it's very impressive. And I did mention it earlier this morning, and I'm like, you guys know, in 1952, Israel asked Albert Einstein to be president.
Yeah, they have, but he didn't agree.
No, he didn't accept the job, but you can see where the country was already thinking about technology and where they wanted to be the best in the world. It is one of the countries where you will live the 8th longest. I think the average age is about 82 or 83 years old. How nice is that? It's a good place to stay, excuse me.
It is, and Israel is known as a startup nation. We have many startups coming from here. We have cherry tomatoes, if you know them.
I saw that in my homework. Yes, you guys developed, or you started pretty well. The first ever cherry tomato you guys did.
Yeah, and they're great. We have them growing here. We have lots of agriculture. Agriculture tech, I may say. We have like little things that you have your water going very slowly to your growings, and it's really great here.
And I think if I get it correctly, is that 93% of households in Israel use a solar panel to heat up their water and stuff,
Absolutely.
which is very impressive.
We have lots of sun here, and I don't need to turn on my boiler. And not in the summer, and sometimes in the winter, but it's really good.
Yeah, I must say the weather is very, very good in this country. There you see the guys got the race numbers on the back. They're getting ready for their 23 kilometers, 100 meters of climbing, the prologue. And you can see there's not a cloud in the sky. It is energy sapping stuff, but the boys are going with a nice pace and trying to obviously keep it, 20, 25, 26 kilometers an hour average.
Yes, absolutely. As you see the riders going towards the road. I think they will cross the road soon, go towards Nachal Ga'aton now, which is a river just southern of Akko, and then they'll make their way right to the Mediterranean Sea before they make their way again into Akko.
If I look at all the stages, what I like about what Gal and Edith and the team has done, they said after studying the terrain, we found out amazing monuments, archaeology sites, and old fortified walls, it's woven into the stages. Beautiful trace, genius built single tracks, Mediterranean views left, and it's breathtaking. So yes, this is not easy to put an amazing race and such a world-class race together, but hats off to the team, Gal and your team. You guys have been unbelievable, and I must say, I felt welcome since I've landed in this country, so thank you so much. You can see now once again the guys on the starting ramp on the television. There's that one little tricky section. The guys get off, run quickly over and get back to his teammate.
Yes, I'm not sure his teammates saw that he didn't manage to get through this one, but that's a tricky road path. You go down very steep, and then you have a steep uphill. It's not easy. It may be short, but the grip there is pretty tough. And I rode it. It was pretty tough to get through.
It is quite loose, as you guys could see, so the guys obviously they sometimes get caught out if they don't have the right gears when they start with that climb. There you go, you can see the great spirit, the athletes giving each other a fist bump and a high five. I'm sure, motivating each other for this amazing, beautiful prologue, 23 kilometers.
Yeah, this is Eyal Michaeli and Itai Tepperberg starting, and here we get our helicopter shot from the city of Akko before we're getting back to these riders. So you were talking about Akko earlier, and it is 3,000 or 4,000 years old. It's a beautiful city with lots and lots of history. We will probably talk about it more later on the show, but we can just say that Napoleon tried to conquer it, and he did manage to do so. It saved Israel a few times, and it is a very good city with lots of history. It's really worth a visit.
Definitely. I can encourage you guys to come to this amazing country. So from South Africa, it's about a 14-hour flight. I know from Europe, it's about 4 or 5 hour flight. So yeah, it's not too long on the plane. But yes, there you go. You can see the tricky section.
Another steep climb here, going off to this.
Those are the riders that started first today. They actually had the honor of starting first in the prologue. So yeah, it's one of the local Grandmaster teams. You can see yes, there we go. Quick right turn, and the guys get back on that farm or G tracks out of the saddle. You can see every second counts for these guys.
Yeah, this is the Ga'aton River over there that they're going on right now, as we have another duo coming up here. As we said, it's 30 seconds between the pairs, and in the end we're going to have 1 minute before the elite riders. But for now, the master riders and the non-UCI riders get 30 seconds in between. As again, we can see the old city of Akko. You can see the closest part to the sea is the old city, and you can see the walls pretty on the bottom part of your photo. We're going to go up on these walls today. We're going to see the riders going. I hope we can get a good footage of that. But you see, it's not very big, but you can see, I think you can just see how old it has so much history in it.
Now you can definitely see, just the buildings and stuff, plenty of history in this part of the country. How beautiful are those walls? Yo. I just want to touch as well, Ori, we have the defending champions from last year. I'm not sure if you've mentioned it already. It is the German pair of George Egger and Maximilian Brandl. And I know Max is the national German champion as well. Well, they were last year. He's a national German champion in his days. And then, we've got the guys, the likes, I think they came second last year, the Austrian pair of Gregor Rachel and Karl Markt. Karl Markt in his own right, he was second place in Austrian national championships. And the man that's riding with him actually is the current Austrian national champion, Gregor Rachel. So yeah, nice to have the guys from Canada, Andrew El Esperance, how his friends would call him. Everybody calls him Lesby, and riding with him Peter Dicera, one of the favorites as well. In the ladies, just when we get to the ladies, there's obviously plenty of talent in the ladies, but we've got the Canadian pair, Hayley Smith, Catherine Pendrell. They ranked 7th and 10th respectively in the UCI rankings. And then we have the European cross-country champion, well, she paid 11th place, Giovanna and Sophie van Bergsvoort, Netherlands, Maisie Kendall, a lady that's riding as well. And then we've got 2017 to 2019 national Israeli champion, and that's going to be nice, Nama Neumann, that's riding with a German called Antonia Dauberman.
Yes, and also in the women, we do have 3rd place from the cross-country world championship. Just fresh from there, coming over here, it's Rebecca McConnell. She'll ride with Gita Michels. Another very, very strong duo that I think we should put our eye on. They're going to have a really strong, I think they're going to have a good race. Gita was here last year with Giovanna, finishing 2nd with a lot of bad luck. They had many flat tires and problems. But this year she's coming with, I think, even a stronger pair with Rebecca, who's had an amazing season. So has Gita had, just with a little injury near the end, and I think we're going to see lots of them.
Definitely, and they are the highest ranking UCI riders. I know Gita's ranked 4th in the world. Rebecca McConnell from Australia, 5th in the world. And by the way, Rebecca's husband is riding as well, but he's riding in a male team. He's riding with, just want to make 100% sure, but he's Anton Sintsov. There we go, the man from Russia, by the way. He is the Russian national champion as well, and the European champion in 2000. Well, he was placed 10th in the European Championship, but he's the national Russian cross-country champion.
Yes, and we did have Anton last year as well, so he knows the terrain. He has, maybe, do you think it gives him an advantage coming here again?
I definitely think so. Even though the routes change every year, I still believe that they know what to expect. They know it's hard terrain, it's hard riding, and not to mention, or not to forget about the weather condition. That plays a big role in this event. It's very hot, and luckily we've got quite a few water points for these guys. Today, not so much, because it's only 23 kilometers. From tomorrow onwards, plenty. There's that steep climb here.
They're going on the wild. 37%. They're doing it right now. You see, they can barely get up. I bet you they're on the lowest gear, and they still have to stand up and can barely go on there.
Definitely, you can see rocking from side to side, trying to get, there we go, last final climb, and they're over.
They're going to go over and around and then down just over there where you saw. It's steep up and it's steep down too, so you have to be careful.
Well, we do have the danger marking, so the guys will know exactly. Look at the cannons there. It is such a beautiful sight, the city of Akko.
It is a beautiful sight. That's known some beautiful places over there. You see them just going their detour up on the walls. They're going to go down very, very shortly, and just another roll up there.
So as already mentioned, very, very good country, well, part of the country where it's great agricultural plantations and everything. Olive trees are big this side. The other grapes, if I'm not mistaken, you do a lot of grapes this side?
We have grapes in the north. Not sure that near the shore, but we do have lots of grapes. We do have lots of cotton fields that we're going to see. Very beautiful white fields. It's amazing to see the white just on the brown and how they grow. Here, and as another couple going up on the walls, you can see how spent they are.
They were the guys that started first, by the way. The Grandmasters, I recognize the cycling kit. And there we go, once again, beautiful scenery. Guys fighting it out with that little bit of a section. I think that is at 9.5 k's with the guys at the moment. They just went underneath the road, up that little section, and then now a different part of the course. That is at 14.5 kilometers on the route as we see it now.
Yeah, they're going down over there, and when we saw them going up that steep section, the terrain there is very, very hard. You can pedal as strong as you can, and you'll barely move. It's just, it can be slightly annoying, but that's how it is. You have to just keep concentrating, and your bike goes all everywhere. You can see they can barely keep their balance there, and as one manages and one doesn't, and they'll have to wait for a duo. As you said, it's 2 minutes just in between, and you have duos coming, catching each other. We hope they don't do draft checks. We have another pair starting here for bike racing.
I can see they opted to have the camelbacks or the water packs on the back for this 23 kilometers. I know a lot of the pros race with camelbacks these days, so it's all about strategy, you know. But should we stop at the first or second water point, or should we go through until the last water point, drop the camelbacks, just get a grab of our seconding or support water bottle and carry on? So everybody's got their racing strategies. So it's going to be interesting to see how the top guys and top ladies prefer to ride it. Here you go, once again, the guys going down that steep climb past at the wall. It looks technical.
It's pretty sketchy down there, and they have another steep climb very, very soon. they just go up and down very steep ways. That's how Gal wanted it to be. That's how he visioned it. He just made up this course from zero, just going, seeing the area and making up, I think, the best course you can make in this area for a prologue. It's so interesting, it's so entertaining. The riders will have a great ride. They go through the old city, they go near the shore. It's just beautiful. As you see some riders who didn't manage to conquer these walls.
Well, at least he's still smiling.
Well, they could be fine because Napoleon didn't conquer these walls too, so
they'll be
in
fine.
good company.
Yeah, they don't make them like they used to, I suppose. But there we go, once back on the bike, and hey-ho, and away we go.
Here we get some more helicopter shots on the riders, just going near the cannons once again. Luckily, they're not working anymore, so no danger over there.
Well, it's definitely a pearl of a day, if you guys can see how beautiful day. A little bit of a wind, if you guys look on the right-hand side, the flags are... obviously, the wind is there, so I think the guys will welcome a little bit of wind in this heat. But there we go, once again back on the flat section. The guys are now on the Mediterranean side of the course. So I'm sure that will be a little bit cooler than what you go inland, back to the start-finish area.
Yeah, they'll get some breeze, but still, this is the hottest time of the day. 12:30 is just as hot as it can get. Luckily, in the next days, we won't ride these hours, so we'll be fine. But today, they're going to suffer. For a short time, but suffer. I hope they have their water.
I hope so, but at least the good thing is they'll have plenty of time to recover before tomorrow's stage. Stage number 1, day number 2 of the Migdal Epic Israel, powered by Prig.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a tough stage.
I believe, no, tomorrow's going to be tough, but I believe the Queen stage is the day after.
Yeah, Friday is the Queen stage. Very, very tough. I believe nearly 100 kilometers long. It's a tough one.
1,450 meters of climbing, and all the climbing, as I looked on the profile, was in the middle section of the course. So yeah, I think the boys are going to suffer, but they're going to love it.
You can see the riders just in the heart of the old city of Akko. This is the market. If you want to get some good food, it's just over there. They're going through the old city. They're heading out of Akko through the beautiful parts. You see them going up and on the sidewalks, going again up here.
Well, there's that brutal 30-meter climb, 37% elevation, by the way. Not elevation, incline. So you can see, I think actually the footage can justify this climb. You can see even the e-bike is struggling to go up there.
Yeah, he has help. I wonder how these guys feel. It must be terrible.
That is the longest 30 meters in their lives, I think.
Absolutely. So here we are at Mate Asher with another duo starting at this course. As we can see, our footage from our e-bike rider, Aviv Yahzekal. Aviv Yahzekal used to be a professional bike rider for Israel. Nowadays, he works for the Israel Cycling Academy, helping the youth department there. And now, in the Epic Israel, he follows the riders with his e-bike and his GoPro, getting great footage, the best footage you can possibly get in this race.
Well, he's right there by the action, Ori. So yes, definitely for the viewers that's watching, definitely the best seat in the house.
And you may think he finds it easy with his e-bike, but I remember him last year during the race. He came spent every day. He was so exhausted. Even the e-bike with these riders, they're so strong. It's just really hard work for him too.
Definitely. Once again, we have the beautiful part of the course there, but the cannons and the wall. The guys going through a couple of tunnels as well. Quick left turn, and away they go. Out of the saddle, you can see looking for every little bit of energy where they can.
Yes, the race here is not only for the elite, but the masters do want to race in between. And today, the results will determine who starts where tomorrow, because we do have the boxes of the riders, and you want to start as front as possible. You don't want to get caught behind many riders. You want to make a good result today so you can make good results in the next days.
Definitely. So yeah, the quicker you guys ride. I think tomorrow is 6 batches. I know you guys call it boxes. We call it batches, or starting batches. So the first batch will be all the Jersey leaders as well as the first top 10 teams. And then from there on, it's the UCI men, the UCI ladies, and then the rest of the field as they obviously stand in general classification overall on the prologue. Well, we just saw, you guys didn't see it now, we just saw the South African team leave in the likes of Anderson Transport. It was the brother combination of Louis and Heimer Anderson. They're big in South Africa, a big trucking company, and I'm glad to see them. They've got about 4 riders here. While we wait for the next riders at the starting line, they've got the beautiful Trek colors. It is our partner, the bicycle partner. Well, there they go. Looks like it is some of our grandmasters. Once again, the local guys. When you can see the guys on the live pictures now through the city of Akko, there's a tourist city. So there is, yeah, you can see plenty of traffic as well. We will have marshals at the... there was a good luck and nice high five.
Yeah, the atmosphere is great here. Everyone's good together. And you can see some riders walking up this incline. It's really tough.
Well, it's going to be a long day for them if they're already walking. And I mean, not just for today, the next couple of days. You don't want to start walking. Well, you don't want to walk on the first day already, I think.
Yeah, but I can promise you they'll walk. Everyone may walk in the next days. We have some really steep climbs in this edition. It's going to be tough as we see the riders heading towards the way out of the city of Akko. They're still going just in the older parts, going up and down all the time. You can see they look pretty tired here. There's a little gap opening, but the rider just closes it now. We're 35 minutes into this race, the 7th edition of Epic Israel, this year powered by Trek. We have a great race this year for you. 3 stages and a prologue today. The first time this race is going 4 days. This year we're in the Western Galilee section of Israel, really close to the northern border of Israel. We're racing near the city of Akko and the Moatza Ezorit Mate Asher. As here we are again with our e-bike rider, Aviv Yahzekal, just following the riders through this slightly faster part, heading back towards the sea. They're going to hit the sand very soon, and it's going to get tough again. It's really hard to ride on this sand here. Your bike goes every side. You just have to stay stable, and you have to stay calm and never stop pedaling, because if you do, the sand will beat you.
Yeah, the thing is, I think the key with riding in sand is obviously keep momentum, keep that front wheel straight to just get through the sand sections. I know here in South Africa, the Cape Epic, we've got plenty of sand sections there, and I promise you, a lot of guys have seen, well, they bought a farm there. Let's just say, call it like that.
Well, at least it's a softer landing over there.
Definitely, yeah. You don't want to fall in a technical section, because the last thing that will go through your head will be your kneecaps.
And here we are again near the beautiful Mediterranean Sea.
I think the riders really appreciate, riding next to the ocean with the heat specifically, but just the amazing scenery. How beautiful is that?
It's really unbelievable how amazing this course is, going through the old city of Akko. I'm not sure we have ever had something like that in Israel, going just through a main city with the riders. You see everything is closed. You see people on the side cheering, taking pictures. It's just amazing. Amazing race.
I'm sure we're going to see us at the 14.5 mark.
And we just saw a couple passing them. It was the winners of last year, Chaim Dan and Angelo Di Veroli, were flying through. We could barely see them.
I missed that.
Yeah, you just tilt your head for a moment and you miss them. They were flying through. They're going for another win this year. They're one of the favorite master duo. As we can see, the intermediate point. We have Tsur Brandt and Itamar Deshe with 32 minutes and 24 seconds, and second Eli Cohen and Chagai Golan 1 minute and 55 seconds behind. So the gaps are already pretty big, and Itamar Deshe and Tsur Brandt are the leaders for now in the intermediate check.
Well, already the times are going to be, with this first rider, so that, the guys that's here just to either ride their first Migdal Epic Israel, or the guys that's not that competitive. So the times there will be a little bit further apart. When we get to the UCI riders and the racing snakes, those margins are going to be very, very tight.
Absolutely, it's going to be a great race. As you said, we do have great riders here. We have the German champion, we have the Austrian champion, we have Russian champions, we have Australian champions. Just have champions from all over the world, as we see riders again going down on the walls. And here you see some riders are happy in this course.
They're having such an amazing time. This is the 7th edition. So the first 3 races, the editions took place in the Megiddo Regional Council, and then followed by the 2 years in the Upper Galilee, and the Golan Heights was last year. Sorry, that was the 4th and 5th year, and then last year, the 6th edition, it was in Jerusalem Hills. So this is brand new, this part of the country for Migdal Israel, Epic Israel, powered by Trek.
It is a new location. Gal, the race organizer, tries to find a new location every few years to freshen it up. He wants to have new courses. He actually doesn't publish the courses before. The riders don't know what they're expecting. The courses were only marked a few days ago, so the riders couldn't ride them until a few days ago just to do the final recon. But he doesn't want riders to come and practice, because we don't have a very big country. So if he would have published the courses, everyone would have done it again and again and again. So he likes to have this little surprise here for the riders to expect for something.
And what I like about that, Ori, is that, you know, you get to experience every part of this country. So, like you said, it keeps it nice, fresh, and interesting, and experience an amazing country. It is small, but it is impressive, this country.
Yeah, we have so much. There is so much to offer here from the northern part. We have the hills that we'll see in the next days, and we've seen in previous editions going in the Golan Heights. And on the south, we have the desert that the Epic hasn't visited yet. Although there is another race that Gal does in the south, in the desert, which is another great race called the Marathon, 3 days in the desert. And last year we were more in the center part of the country near Jerusalem, another great place to ride. And we're just, riders get to explore the country. Riders from Israel and riders from out of Israel get to explore different parts of the country. It's beautiful.
I think it's amazing, and I like it. You know, Gal, I know he's got a few goals, you know, to create an Israel bike event at international level. I think this is now from 2014 that this race got international status. We're at the S1 UCI rating, and we want to get to that top spot, which I think it's call it HC rating. It's promote Israeli cycling, promote sports tourism in Israel, and to bring locals to nature and forest, both participants and spectators. While we're looking at a couple of split points, or if you can obviously, there's some amazing names that I can't really always pronounce.
So we had the intermediate point again, and we saw the first riders now are Angelo Di Veroli and Chaim Dahan. The riders just passing before that we saw. They got a 3-second lead over there on Itamar Grinberg and his partner. So the last year's winners are having a pretty good ride this year. We wait to see how they'll come back here and what time. They may come here pretty soon. They started pretty much in the beginning, so we may see them fairly soon.
You're definitely right. The guys could be back in the next 10 to 15 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. I promise you, all these times are going to be under an hour for these riders, specifically the racing snakes. I'll tell you what, very, very fast times we can expect.
Yeah, as we can see, Ado slightly splitting up. I'm not sure how efficient it is for both of them, because now both of them are working exactly the same amount, so no one rests, no one works, but not everyone is here to race and to finish first. It's a great experience. They have a great ride. Many riders in Israel are waiting for the Epic the whole year. They just practice for the Epic because this event is in such a high level, so riders just prepare themselves for this event only. That's all they do. They have WhatsApp groups preparing. They come to ride in the area. Even if they don't know the courses, they want to know the area to feel it. It filled people's life here with cycling.
So on that note, maybe, Ori, for our listeners and international listeners, what is the easiest way to find routes or find places? Normally when somebody comes to South Africa, we go to the local bike shop and say, guys, is there any group rides happening? What time does a group ride start? What level of rides is there? You know, is it fast? Is it intermediate, slow riders? Can anybody join? You guys have
teams here in Israel, and I'll tell you, everyone here is very welcoming, especially in the cycling community. So it's a and again, everyone knows everyone as well. So you find one bike shop and the guy will connect you to the team there or the team here, and we have many levels. I've been riding in a team in the center. Gal has a team in this area, as we see technical here.
Not too bad, doesn't look like too much of an issue. Yeah, it's a quick fix.
Which duo is it? Is it a leading duo? They're trying to fix it here.
Looks like the derailleur is stuck to something is stuck. There might be just a little bit of a bend. There we go. Looks like the guys are back on an easy,
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe just a rock that got knocked into the derailleur or something and just shifted and kicked out.
Change your gears, it could be a problem. You can have your chain going or even your derailleur stuck if you do a wrong thing with the gears or try to change it in the middle.
Yeah, I think you put a lot of pressure on that chains. I mean, surprising that some of these chains are not getting snapped.
Well, you may not be seeing it. May happen. We don't know. As another duo going off the walls and towards here, it's a circular route. They're going every day. We have a circular route.
We call it a clover formation. So everybody, like you say, circular, you'll go out, come back, start at the same area, finish at the same place, which is nice. And once again, spectator friendly. So the loved ones, the supporters, they can wait for the guys and cheer them nicely on.
Yes, and now we see the riders going towards the sand areas. This is where they really have to stay focused and keep cool, keep on riding. Try and keep control because the sand really just throws you everywhere. They're actually pretty close to the finish now. I believe they'll be here very soon. It's a fast section, fast flats. As we said, we only have the climbing in the middle, and the beginning and the end are very, very fast.
Well, there we go. At least when the guys finish up, we got some amazing sponsors and partners.
And here we see another duo with a finisher kit from a few years ago. Not sure exactly which edition, but kit that for finishing the race, and the riders are obligated to ride with the same kit, with the same shirt. So the race, and they're just riding with it together. As we see another duo here through the sands.
Now looks like the man is caught in no man's land. His partner is at a little bit further ahead of him. Sure, trying just to get back on that wheel once again, as at the finish, at the tickets, and everybody's just giving a high five and big smiles all around. See, the head is hanging a bit there. Wonder if is that not the heat taking it still.
Riders, this is really close to the finish. You see them sprinting up this climb. It's a very steep incline. I think it's Itamar. I think it's the duo that we saw pretty quick on the.
Well, apologies, Ari. At least when the guys come back, they will be sorted out with our amazing partners, the guys from that Israel Shimano will look after them if they need any parts. I know there's big discounts on the event for the riders as well. We've got the guys from Joe's Nose Flats, so we'll fix any puncture there. The Karcher boys, they're gonna get those bicycles nice and clean when they get back. We even got some amazing massage packages for all the riders. So yeah, the guys cannot moan. Rudy Project, they've got some specials running. Goo, it's all will be at all our water points, making sure the guys get the well-deserved energy for not just for today, but for the next 3 days. It's laying ahead after today's prologue. We got a bicycle partner, the guys from Trek Israel, and brand new finishers jerseys as well. With regards to even the leaders jerseys is a brand new sponsor, and the likes of Migdal, the biggest insurance company in Israel.
Yes, thank you, Carl. And we have riders here again, starting now from Team NCC. And we have riders lining up. You have to be here in the start 15 minutes before, so we have many riders lining up in before, just so everything goes on time. If you miss your start, you don't start. Or there are slots later, but you shouldn't miss your timing start. As we see again, another camera just leaving this pair, and a great view of the Mediterranean Sea. The rider now caught his buddy, so he's not in no man's land anymore. And you see he has his white sleeves against the sun, because the sun here is very hot. You can get burned. It's pretty dangerous here. Even if you're out for 1 hour in this time of day, it's very hot. As we see the first duo here finishing, number 60, this is Itamar Grinberg.
Well, we got our first riders back, the cameraman on them already. Here we go. You can see the shirt is open, looking for as much oxygen as they can.
This is Tzur Brandt and Itamar Grinberg finishing here first. So they're first for now. I'm not sure they'll keep it with the UCI riders, but it looks like they did a pretty impressive ride.
Well, they will be on the red sofa. They will be in
the hot seat.
The hot seat for I think for quite a while, to be honest, unless something drastically happens with some of these the masters and the grandmaster riders. But yeah, the time will not. They will not be there on that hot spot when the UCI riders start making their way out of the start making their way from the prologue.
And as you said, here we have an interview with them right now.
איתמר גרינברג וצור ברנט בזמן הראשון, וכרגע על כמה זינוק צוות של 9-1, אודי עבדי פישר ואלון כהן. וגם אתכם אפשר לראות מה הירח עם החולצות האלה. מה זה מטורף? מה זה הדבר הזה? אוקיי.
Well, I know you guys can't. I'm not sure if you guys can hear, but we're having an interview with the guys that's first back from the prologue. As well. But it looks like on the facial expression, it looks like the guys had some amazing time out there, sharing some war stories.
And as you said, village here is taking care of. They just finished and got
וחלוקה של התחלה אמצע סוף, אתם עשיתם 46 דקות ו-15 שניות, מה שנקרא, כמו שאומרים, מוסרים לי באוזניה, מרוצים?
אנחנו לבד, אני לא יודע, נראה שהמהירים יגיעו אם אנחנו רוצים או לא.
הקפתם לו מהזוגות.
אחד, היינו שניים.
אז כנראה רק אחד, מצוין. ואפיק לא ראשון שלכם, מה אתם אומרים? הפרולוג.
א', פרולוג מוסיף הרבה חבל על הזמן, לא נהנינו מהתחרות, אבל אני בטוח שיש לנו הפתעות שיעלו על הקודם, אז זה בסדר, על הקודמים.
יופי, בהצלחה.
Well, we are still busy. They just finished up the interview. I'm 100% not sure if you guys could hear that. We couldn't hear it at the live commentary box. 50 minutes into the prologue, the 2019 edition of the Epic Israel, Migdal Epic Israel, powered by Trek.
And here we have the finishing time of Tzur and Itamar Grinberg, 46 minutes, the first duo to finish. And I can see another duo, the first duo starting, are just in our finish area. So they're going to finish very, very shortly. They have a little loop that they do over here. And they're just crossing the finish line right now. So the second duo has finished, I think, in a time of 50 minutes because they started first. So they are not first anymore. But a good ride for them.
They will not be in the hot seat. So it is the local guys. It is the local guys that's got the fastest time at the moment, 46 minutes and some change. Well, the second group is going to make sure here if we can pick up on the interview.
Well, they're getting their drinks, and we're back with this duo and the electric bike behind them. They're really, really close to the finish. They're just going to make a right turn very, very shortly and then go over the bridge, over the train bridge. We have the train going just under the bridge. Again, we can see a little discorrelation between the riders, and here again we're in the middle city in the old city of Akko, with riders taking a right turn over there, and just towards the wall you can see how steep this climb is. So these riders are really, really close to the finish. We're going to see them here in just a few minutes' time, going just near the street. And here you can see this steep climb, the climb for the bridge train. And again, here we can see Angelo Di Veroli and Chaim Dahan just charging through this climb. I wonder if they're going to take the first place because they were 3 seconds faster than Itamar and Tzur. So it's a big question if they can still keep this gap, make it bigger, or will it shrink? They have a pretty tough ride here, a tough finish. I wonder if they can take the first place.
Well, if they keep that momentum, and obviously with that split time, they're most probably going to do it. So you'll see, ding dong dell, time will tell.
Yes, absolutely. I just hope they didn't start too hard. Sometimes they start too hard and leave nothing behind. As we have another duo starting here with Nimi Cohen, who you're going to see a lot through or you're going to see some of him this year. He will show us some of the courses just before we do them. So we'll have some recons by him in the continuation of the race. And here we can see the duo that we were following, and Aviv Yahzekal, our cameraman, just going up that bridge, up the train bridge. It's pretty tight. And again, we can see another time. It's Eli Cohen and Chagai Golan, 3 minutes and 34 seconds behind Tzur Deshe and Tzur Brandt and Itamar Deshe. And overall, so it seems like they finished the course. As we see riders all over the course, we have cameras in different points. We have many cameras this year. It's a very impressive production here. It's the second time the Epic is going live after going last year. It's a very tough production with the cameras, as you see, from motorbikes, from e-bikes, from a helicopter, from drones, and steady cameras over here. We get many shots, as we can see, the heli shot with two riders. They're not a team of three, don't be mistaken. It's two riders, and the third rider is our Aviv Yahzekal. And here we see Angelo Di Veroli and Chaim Dahan finishing. We are waiting for the times. We don't know how well they finished. They seem pretty happy, but we have to wait for confirmation.
They do seem pretty happy. You can see guys just, saying, yes, maybe we took it for, a few hours or so.
Let's see, as another duo finished here. You can see the Bikeway duo. This is our race village from the helicopter shot. You can see this is the regional council, Mate Asher. You can see all the flags. As another duo crossing just under the road. They'll be here in a minute or so. They're just going to take a left-hander for their final steep climb of the day. Not as steep as they've handled with, but just last one. Here are the beautiful walls.
Well, we're starting now with the mixed teams as well at the starting line. I think that is our first mixed team that went off there. 205. We'll get a couple of names for you guys. It looks like, yes, we're definitely at the mixed categories now. Yes?
Yes, 205 is Emma Eaglestorm and Adam Kjellstrom forgive me if I did it wrong, but they're from Sweden.
All the way from Sweden, wow.
Cold Sweden to hot Israel. I hope they'll manage with the heat.
Yeah, I think these Europeans are going to suffer a bit with the heat, not going to lie. So at least they've got a lot of sunblock on, and obviously try and hydrate as much as possible. Not just for today, but getting ready for tomorrow. If you can neglect your nutrition and everything today, it's going to take its toll on you from tomorrow.
Yes, in this race, recovery is key. We have 4 days of racing. You have to be the best, and every day you have to feel fresh. Every day you must do your best recovery. You have to eat well, sleep well, and maybe even get a good massage package.
It's always nice to have a massage. But yeah, the temperatures for the next couple of days, it's all in the early 30s, so it's 31, 32, and I think on the last day it's about 28 degrees, but it's still very, very hot. So the guys will have to fight with that. Not just that, but obviously this tough terrain. It's very rough, but it's good.
It is, and we can see Catherine Pendrell here going near the start line. She's a former world champion. We're probably going to see her starting fairly soon. She's walking here with her bike. You don't see her, but we see her walking here. We have amazing riders here. She was world champion twice, and she rides here in Epic Israel. A few years ago, it would have been unbelievable, but it happens right now. So it's really exciting to have all of these great riders here in Israel. As we see another pair of riders just managing to get up this climb. You see he's going on a very low gear because it's a pretty tough terrain over there.
Some of the guys still make it look way easy. He's got a couple of poker faces. Nobody's giving anything away. You can see that tough terrain. It's nice and flat at least. We're just going to have some interviews. Apologies.
בוא נגיד טוב, היה לי קצת בעיות עם ההילוכים, בזבזנו לפחות דקה, באמת חבל.
מה, נעצרתם באמצע?
נעצרנו לכמה שניות והמשכנו והיה עוד בעיות בדרך, אבל התגברנו על זה. שמרנו על קצב גבוה כל המסלול, למרות שלא הכרנו שום דבר. רכבנו על עיוור, כל הסיבובים ממש על הקצוות של האחיזה בצמיגים. היה מסלול מעולה, ממש מאתגר.
חלק עם החול היה קשה והיה באמת אתגר גדול לעבור לשם, באמת.
היה לכם תוכנית חלוקה או שמה שיוצא אני מרוצה?
התכווננו לעשות כאילו פול אאוט היום, שהיה לו יותר אבל והחלפנו.
Well, you can see, sorry, Ori, even the South Africans are struggling with that little climb.
כרגע אתם 4 שניות מהזמן הכי טוב שנעשה.
Prepare your gears well and just attack it as hard as possible.
של מן לפי דעתי, איתמר דשא, אבל זו תוצאה מצוינת.
This is live on Channel 5, Israeli Sports Channel 5. So I'm not sure we've gone on a different link than them, and that's why we can't pick up the interview. But hopefully it will definitely be 100% fun on the sports channel. The listeners and all international viewers, if you guys want to know, this evening we'll have live highlight packages of each stage. Today the Prologue, and that will be on Eurosport that we will have that.
Yes, it is another big breakthrough for this race on its way to the top level of racing. We're going to have, as you said, the short highlights on Eurosport 3 minutes each. It's going to be broadcasted as we see another duo start.
That was earlier this morning, Ori, so that was the first start, the first guys that started.
These are the fastest time up till now.
So that's a little bit earlier in the day, the footage that you guys see now. Currently live, there's about, 30 or 40 teams already on course, and about 5 teams that's done and dusted with their respective prologue. As you guys can see, once again, that steep incline, and this is the finish area.
Yes, no, this is again the start area.
Sorry, just the start area. They go out. Apologies. Just as they go out from the hotel. We've got a beautiful hotel, beautiful venue here. You know the hotel names. A little bit of, I don't know, this looks like quite a newish hotel. But you can see a lot of construction around it as well, but it's very, very beautiful.
Yes, it's a very beautiful area. Gal knows to pick the best places for this race. As we see another rider going just under the road, and they're going to have this steep climb. We can't see that. We have more riders here starting to pack the finishing area. More finishers. Hope we're going to see them soon. As now we have on the starting line Adi Weiniger and Doron Amitz. Doron Amitz was the Israeli cross-country champion between 2001 and 2002, so he may not be at his best, but he still is riding, and in the mixed category with Adi. both good riders. Hope we're going to see them.
Well, if he's got that pedigree already, then there must be plenty of muscle memory, and those guys definitely want to be on the top spot. They are local, and they want to put their mark down.
Absolutely, as we see more riders. The riders are now all over the course. As we have 30 seconds in between every duo, we're going to have many riders. It's about a 50-minute ride, as we've seen for the faster duos, maybe more towards an hour for the slower duos. So we have lots and lots of riders. We're going to have passing. It's many riders. It's a big party over here. You see another rider just struggling on the climb over there.
So this is more closer to the finish line for these riders. At the starting line, we got once again the South Africans, John O'Connor and Izzy Zimmerman. They are some of the favorites in the Grand Masters. They came fourth in the Alps, Trans-Alps, I think it was last year.
Mountain bike Trans-Alps.
Yes.
Yeah, they're very, very strong riders.
And they're used to the tough terrain. We've got the same, well, the big event in Cape Town in South Africa. They're called the Absa Cape Epic. So they're used to riding rough terrain and riding for consecutive days as well.
And Izzy has been here last year, if I'm not mistaken. So he knows the area, he knows the atmosphere, and he chose to come back here. So I bet he had a pretty good time and maybe wants to get one step better this year.
Yeah, he came second.
I'm pretty sure
second. He said to me this morning as well, yes, and I asked him, I hope, but he was riding with a different partner, so I hope you brought him a stronger partner for this year to obviously get to that top spot in the likes of John O'Connor. Yeah. So John O'Connor, by the way, he owns a beautiful bicycle shop in Cape Town. We call the area or the neighborhood Sea Point, or Mully Point Sea Point. So they he's beautiful upmarket bicycle shop, John O'Connor Cycles.
So do you recommend going there?
Definitely, definitely.
Well, only if we get a good discount for
you guys will get family price.
Great, great. As we have another duo here, and our e-bike is following them as well, so we're going to get some more e-bike footage very, very shortly. As you see some riders conquering this final steep climb of the day here at this duo.
So if there's anybody that's tuned in now, guys, just once again, welcome to the 2019 edition of the Migdal Epic Israel, powered by Trek. With today the Prologue start, 23 kilometers and about 100 meters of climbing to them for them. Tomorrow's stage is stage 1, 92 Ks, 1,650 meters of climbing. The day after that, the Queen stage, it's 90 odd Ks and 1,450 meters of climbing. And the last day, it's 72 kilometers with 800 meters of climbing. That is what's laying ahead for all these amazing athletes. We have just under 600 teams, 25 countries, 16 national champs as well when it comes to road cycling, marathon and cross country.
Yes, we have a great tally of riders here and great racing up to come, so you should stay tuned. We're going to be live on Facebook every day. Today it's a later start. Tomorrow we're starting at 7, so as on Friday, and on Saturday we will be starting on 8, a slightly shorter stage, so a later start. We'll be live here throughout the whole stage. We'll bring you live coverage from our many cameras.
Well, there goes Louis and Heimer Anderson. I saw them got off the bike earlier. Now they're obviously getting up that steep climb. When once again the guys here, they come racing it out, saving some energy as well. And the guys will take a few turns on the front. There we go, nice and easy. No one in sight. Well, there they go. Almost no one in sight. 5:01. There we go. It's Gil Kashi and Izzy. Just Gil Kashi.
And Israel Chen.
Oh, there we go. Israel Chen. There we go. Like Israel. There we go.
Just Israel. It's a name named after the country. Two very strong riders, if I'm not mistaken. They won last year. Gil Kashi was supposed to be the Israeli national road champion, but he's not from Israel. His nationality is Dutch, so he didn't get the jersey, but he did win the race. So two very strong riders. Israel Chen just finished the Haute Route, which is a road race following Tour de France courses. Finished in the top 10 in his category. So two very, very strong riders in their category in the Grand Masters. As we have another duo finishing here, number 302. This is Dan Zygmunt and Rועי Hacker riding for Team Eshkolot.
Once again, yeah, Israeli riders, the Masters.
Yeah, or they call their team Team Zizo, if you like to follow them. And we have another duo finishing here.
Beautiful footage. Sorry, Ori, before you get to the name, some beautiful, beautiful coverage. And obviously from the helicopter, these views are magnificent.
It is great views. We're lucky to have here the helicopter and the drones getting us the great views of Akko. As you can see where the riders start and where the riders end. Here again we see Israel Chen and Gil Kashi at the beginning of the course. I believe they can make a pretty good time here. Maybe we'll see them on the leaderboard pretty soon, at least for their category, and soon the riders finishing soon are only their category, so they may be even on the hot streak for a while until we have a fast UCI rider.
The UCI riders, what time the UCI riders get going? I think just after 2 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we still have time till the UCI riders will start. We have many riders. We have 300 duos here in the race, so 600 riders. And the first UCI rider, the first men category riders will only start at 1:30. And we have again the overall timing. And Angelo De Birol and Chaim Daan finishing second. So their celebration may have been slightly too early, as Tzur Brandt and Itamar Grinberg still have the lead with 46 minutes and 15 seconds.
That is the winning time. Well, that is the fastest time as it is now. 4 seconds later, as Aria already mentioned, the guys thought they might have taken it, but they haven't. They lost out for 4 seconds.
However, they are first in their category for now, because these are Itamar and Tzur are racing in the men, and they're racing in the master category. So up till now, they have their leading jersey.
Well, and then later this evening, we'll obviously acknowledge all the heads of state when it comes to the jersey wearers and the various categories, male, female, mix, masters and grandmasters. And that will happen at dinner this evening at 7 o'clock. There's a couple of guys finishing up, and as they finish up, once again, the mixed team's going out. We'll double check and see now for you guys who's finishing up. But the guys coming and streaming in, a couple of hands in the air like they just don't care. A couple of guys riding with GoPros, taking every single thing in, bragging rights for later, and share all those war stories for the mates and friends.
Yes, we have many riders finishing in here, finishing the course, and we have many riders starting. As we see again, the footage from the course itself, we see riders are all over there, passing each other. Looks like a pretty fast duo over there, and another number 378 finishing here. This is Alon Segal and David Enbal riding the Sky jerseys with smiles all around and thumbs up. Here they get their refreshing drinks, and you can see an upper view of the finish with another duo finishing this course today, and now they just have to wait for tomorrow to recover.
Well, there is one rule on a Migdal Epic Israel powered by Trek, is that the guys need to wear the same jerseys, which is nice. So you can obviously spot them a mile away, know exactly who they are for the duration of the race, which is, well, it helps us for live commentary for that matter.
Absolutely helps us, helps the judges on the way to make sure they're all together, and helps them to recognize their partner, because today it may be easy, but on the next days we're going to have many riders riding together. It's going to be absolutely packed, and it's going to be tough to recognize your partner sometime.
Definitely can expect some big bunches riding together and trying to, you know, some guys will try and save as much as energy, try and hide a little bit and help and work together, because it is tough riding.
And since we're near the shore, so the climbs are not very close, we have to ride 20 kilometers towards the climbs and 20 kilometers back. So we're going to have 20 kilometers of group riding till the climbs. There won't be much to split in between them in the beginning. It's only when in the climbs when the group starts to split up.
Tobias
as we see
and Gabriel from Germany, first time in Israel?
Yes,
Looks
of
like
course. We are excited. Yeah.
What?
We're really excited about the race.
Should be live on Channel 5 or Sports Channel 5, the Israeli Sports Channel 5.
The competition is tough.
Tobias Sinderdinger
you have two
from Germany.
One last year.
And
what
Gabriel.
is your expectation?
Gabriel sitting, it looks like siblings. I think it's two brothers riding together, yeah.
Coming all the way from Germany to ride this race.
So I think it will
they will start later as they are in the men's category number 27. So they
what did you heard about the race from your
and they're riding the team name MTB News, and that's Deutschland.
Yeah, for sure a lot.
MTB-News.de, Deutschland or Germany.
Many tasks. We're really looking forward to that.
As we see, Aviv, Friedrich, and
we did some races in all over the world now, and yeah, it's something to do in our bucket list to go to Israel and do the Epic Israel.
towards a very steep section here.
As well? 1 week?
Trying to conquer the wall.
Yes,
So just once again for the listeners, there's no outside support today. There's no feed zones on this stage, or on the prologue stage. It's all self-sufficient today. Tomorrow there will be 3 water points, there will be supporter zones, there will be with the guys, the UCI riders specifically could leave their wheel set and all the mechanicals and boxes, in other words, the nutrition that they would need, and that's part of the section, or when they need it specifically. So yeah, the guys are, they are organized, they've got everything sorted out, they've done their homework, they know where they will attack, and like Auri has mentioned, the guys are going to stick together in the beginning, and once we get to that first climb, it is going to be all guns blazing, and they are going to test each other. They're going to see who's got the best legs, who's got the best climbing legs for that matter. So I think it's going to be very exciting once we get to the main stages of the Migdal Epic Israel, powered by Trek.
It is going to be very exciting. And as you said, they are all very organized. Top
there is several couples, several teams that you're looking, you're aiming.
Take care of them, so they don't have to take care of their bike when they finish. They bring in the mechanical, he takes care. All they have to do is recover good and press on the bike.
And also they have their own masseuses, so they get looked after, make sure they get, like you said, proper recovery before the next stage. That's these days, it's a full-time job for these guys. They have to be professional like that, and obviously make their sponsors very proud.
Absolutely, it's professional racing here, as we see Amit Novik and Nir Nachmani from Team
That
Nir
should be, I
Amit
think, the expectation.
finishing today's
And
course.
for today, prologue,
And again, we have
any
some
plans, who's
footage
first or
from the course
lead,
itself.
who is tough against the wind?
This is Easy Zimmerman and John O'Connor on the
we
course.
are cross-country riders.
Well, that's the guys from South Africa. How do you say South Africa in Hebrew?
For us as the long stages in the next few days.
Drom Africa, there we go.
I think we changed.
But they are, yes, they did come here with a mission. They said to me this morning they want to get on the podium, and they want to preferably get that top spot when it comes to the Grandmasters. They're going to have their work cut out.
Thank you very much.
The local guys, as you mentioned already, they are not going to give anything away. The race is open.
Of course.
The race is open, and riders here, as we said, are practicing all year long
information
for this
about the event, and hopefully they see us live on the internet.
So well, and such a big event.
Great, and good luck, big success.
Here.
Thank you very much.
All year long, as the interview with the riders looks like in and off.
Once again, a couple of South Africans made their way out of the stadium, and 2 more teams finishing up after 23 kilometers. So just for once again, for our listeners and viewers, I don't know if you guys know about the prologue. It is 23 kilometers long. It's about 100 meters of climbing. It is a historical prologue because both of the first time that it's happening this year, the 7th edition, and it's in the inner circles of the old city of Akko. The sites were above more than 300 years old. You guys will see on the footage. There we go, the cannons that's there from since Napoleon's siege of Acre, and the guys, they've got a first 11.5 kilometers is open jeep track, and then they go through the inner city circles. They've got on the walls of Akko where they will ride 1 or 2 stings in a tail, and then make their way back to the beautiful venue right here at the hotel. It's beautiful. I see the wind is picking up a bit as well. I think the riders would welcome this wind just to cool them down a bit.
On the one hand, it cools them down, and the other, it slows them down in some directions.
Well, let's just hope it's from the back. Hopefully, the wind is all the way from the back. I don't know.
Well, they go south and north, so it will be back and it will be front wind. But that's how it is.
It's not too hard. The wind is not playing that hard, so it shouldn't make a really influence to these guys.
Yeah, it's mostly for cooling. And as you said, Akko is a very, very ancient city. It's actually more than 3,000 years old. It's from the Bronze Age, so it's a very old city. It used to be a port city, and it's been under many empires, been under the Greek Empire. The Greek actually believed that Hercules once got wounded and found a herb to cure them in Akko. And the cure in Greek is Akka. So that's why they believe they call it Akko.
Very, very interesting. I like that. That's why we have a local commentator. Nice, Auri.
Yes, so apparently we did have Hercules here in Akko 2,000 years ago in the Greek time, and now we have this duo going down the walls. You see they're taking it safe and sound down on this. It's pretty steep. They have to make sure they're not going over the bars, and they don't want to end their race that way. They want to end it here in the finish line.
So as you guys know, the guys will go past the section on the Mediterranean seaside, and I believe that one of the most popular sports or beach sports in this country is matkot. Matkot. I believe it's almost like a national sport in this country. Matkot.
Yeah, what's special about that sport is there is no winner. The goal is to pass the ball. You get like 2 wooden tennis rackets and a stiff ball, and you try to pass it in between each other. And the goal is just to keep on passing.
Just keep the ball in the air for as long as you can and enjoy it.
So it's no winner, but just fun. Fun for the players, but sometimes it can get a pretty annoying noise with the wood hitting the ball.
I like that. The national sport, matkot. I love it. We call it just beach volley or beach ball in our country.
No, here we have special matkot makers. It's a pretty big deal for some people, and if you go to, I think almost every beach you'll go to, you'll see people playing with their matkot, passing it around. You'll hear it by the sound. You'll see the people running around, chasing the ball in the air.
Listen, I haven't been to the Dead Sea yet. It's one place I still need to go visit. I believe it is the lowest place on Earth. It's below sea level.
It's 400 meters below sea level. It's just, unfortunately, it keeps on getting low as we see again the results. Itamar and Turbiner are still first, and Angelo Virali and Chaim Dahan, as we said, are second. 5 seconds in behind, very close, but first in their category. We saw another riders in their category over a minute behind, so they're pretty safe.
I see it's the guys from Russia, by the way, the first international team that's on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and it is the first time in the Epic that we get live results on the screen, so it's another step up in this production to get the live results during the race. It's very, very nice for us commentators and for you viewers to get the results. As we see another footage, looks like a non-live footage of riders.
It looks like a little bit earlier footage, guys, on slow motion. Well, was that a grin or a smile? I wasn't sure. There we go, a couple of high fives with the school. We had about almost 150 school kids here this morning, or little ones, and they just loving it. We were singing, they were dancing. Great morning atmosphere. Well, afternoon, we started at 12 o'clock with the Migdal Epic, powered by Trek Prologue. Yes. Well, that's the incident that happened a little bit earlier. It was just the chain that got off, most probably just a stone that got stuck in there and just kicked the chain off, but nothing to worry about.
Yes, and technicals are an issue here in this race. It's not like a road race that you have your road with your car behind you. You have to deal with it on your own. Even the professional UCI riders, if they have a flat tire, if their chain gets off or even gets torn, they have to deal with it in themselves. And riders have lost the race last year. Last year we had a former world champion, Yaroslav Kolchavi.
Well, Olympic champion as well.
And he didn't win only because he had many technicals in the first day. I think he had a flat tire and maybe some other problems, and he lost more than 20 minutes and the race.
Yeah, you couldn't make that up when Maximilian and the guys took it, obviously the top spot. But I know I know some of the guys, the pros, they have a B team or backup team. So should anything happen to that A team, the guys is obviously in the stronger and the better form. Should anything happen, the guys would normally just swap a wheel out and try and assist, and then they carry on. So we do have that as well. So we'll see that with the UCI riders. Maybe not today as much. Won't play a role today, but tomorrow, and specifically the longer stages, these guys will be riding for each other and for their respective teams to make sure that the sponsors get acknowledgement, and obviously to make sure that they get on the top podium position.
Actually, talking about last year's winner, Maximilian Brandl and George Jagger, they do have another duo for the same team, racing with them, finishing 8th last year. It's Lukas Schwarzbauer and David List. Another pair of young riders, and I believe if needed, they may help their riders. To another very talented riders. Actually, Lukas Schwarzbauer raced once with Egan Bernal, the winner of the Tour de France this year in the cross-country World Junior Championships. So it's great riders here, and I believe they'll help their duos as we see riders again going up the wall. And here you can see the relaxation zone. You can see the atmosphere is good. You have food here, riders just relaxing in the shade. Laughs all around. It's a very, very nice place to be, to relax after the stage, as you have another duo finishing. And here number 373 just going up this final climb of the stage is Gil Ashri and Chezi Sayar from team Chezi Gil. And here we can see number 502, your friends from South Africa.
Is it a John O'Connor combination? Izzy Zimmerman and John O'Connor. Well, there they go. They're looking good. Still no rocking around, so the riding style is still smooth. The heads are still up, not hanging. So yeah, the guys are looking good. They're looking very strong.
Well, they still weren't battered with they didn't have to deal with the big walls. So we'll see how they'll be later. We'll hope they'll be good for you.
Let's hope. But yeah, I don't know if you guys know, in the UCI field, some amazing rock stars. We've got even the likes of the USA and Argentina combination of Rose Grant and Sofia Gomez Villafane. I know Rose Grant had an amazing win on the Leadville 100 in August, so that's quite a nice one for her. We've got obviously the 2000, well, we've got 4th ranked UCI lady. She's the Belgium cross-country champion, and Gita Michels riding with Rebecca McConnell. They're going to be one of those up there. I know Gita Michels, she is, as I mentioned, the Belgium cross-country champion. She rode with Ariane Lutti in 2018 APSA Cape Epic, and as you guys know, Ariane Lutti is one of the most successful ladies to have ridden the Cape Epic. So yeah, what a great pedigree there from them too. We've got the likes of the local lady Naama Neumann. She is an Israeli national champion. She's riding with Antonia Dauberman from Germany, so we can expect some great things from them. And then obviously the Canadian combination, Hayley Smith, Catherine Pendrell, can expect them to be right up there with the rest of the guys. And then obviously the mixed teams, Tomar Baruch and Deborah Ochayon. There we go. They are
very strong duo.
Very strong duo. And then Sergio Lorenzo, Emma Ilgelstrom. We can expect some from them. And then, hey, there's so many guys here. Imat Obayan and Moran Feller. Did I get it right there, Ori?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure. And then the Masters, the guys to look out for. Once again, it's all the local guys in the Masters. The Dan Zygmunt, Roy Hacker, Angelo Devorley, Haim Daman, Leer Beton, Vitali Frost, Snir, Herrer and David Moss, Dver Almog, Nemut Atilbul. Those are the guys in the Masters that we can expect to make, make it to the podiums. And then in the Grand Masters, just quickly, Amor, Gary, Zuhar Galil, Gilkash, and Israel Chen. With Nadao Lugashi, Oran Uzrat, Hans Plakart, and Wim Tolenare, they from Belgium, and John O'Connor, Izzy Zimmerman, the guys from South Africa in the top spot.
And we can see Tomer Baruch and Deborah Ochayon on the screen. As we said, the strong mixed duo. We're expecting them to go far. Deborah Ochayon actually raced last year, coming in pretty good form, but crashed 10 kilometers into the race. A very bad crash. It was hard to see. We hope she has a better luck this year, and we hope she stays on her bike. They were, as you can see, the starting line were 1 hour and 21 minutes after the start. Still riders going on and off.
Well, some riders just rolling in and some riders just rolling out on their 23 kilometers prologue. But nobody, I mean, you can always see everybody that's finishing up. Nobody is really, out and about. They still have got a, they're still happy. They still, you can see they've enjoyed it. So still big smiles all around when the guys come to the finish line. But yes, it is hot. You can see the guys, well, we're resetting from the guys pouring some water over their heads. It is very hot out there.
Well, I'm not sure we're going to see as many smiles when the UCI riders come here. I think they're going to leave it all on the course.
Oh yes, definitely they're going to fight it out. Nobody is going to hold anything back. Specifically today, they want to get into that leaders' jerseys for tomorrow, get the best start for tomorrow. Once we're looking at the mixed teams, 201 and 201 and team 210. Apologies, 210.
Stav Ginat and Avi Amor.
And it's Team Stravia.
Yes, Team Stravia combining their names in a nice way. So they're here riding with the duo in front of him. We see the guy Avia in the front and Stav on the back. As we see another duo just finishing their final climb of the day over the bridge and down towards the race village.
Well, we got guys from K Belly Racing Team just finished up.
All the way from the Czech Republic, we can see. We have riders, as we said, from all over the world. It is Ladislav Musil and Jan Kintil. I hope I didn't get this wrong.
Kintil, you got it. Czech Republic, Kabeli Cycling Team, the Masters, by the way. And on the live footage, once again, the guys, that climb is taking everybody off the bike. That will not happen in the UCI riders. I doubt it. I doubt it that will happen with them. The guys know how to ride those technical sections. But there we go. 1 or 2 teams sparring each other. The guys will get back. You can see still on the easy gears as the guys get on their way towards the Mediterranean section of the course.
I'm pretty sure this is Israel Chen and Gil Kashi that we saw earlier. They are pretty big favorites and the Grandmasters, as we said. Very strong riders. They managed to get off this climb, so might say something about their technical abilities. They are here to win, I'm pretty sure.
Well, then maybe I'm going to put my foot in the mouth there. But yeah, hey, the guys, they're local guys, and if they have to get off there, then yes, I'm taking back what I said. Maybe some of the UCI riders might walk it.
Well, yeah, some walk, some may walk, maybe some may have a little tumble there. I'm not sure they'll expect these kind of climbs. As we see again, the South African duo just going through the streets of Akko, on and off the sidewalk, just really close to the shore. If they had more time, I would suggest going down to the beach. It's really close, but not today maybe.
Well, yeah, I would love this, the temperature of this sea, because there by us, the Atlantic Ocean is very, very cold. So most probably these guys will go to the beach a little bit later on, just have a little bit of a splash and get ready for the race, well, for stage number 1 tomorrow.
Yes, and now it's a pretty good time to go to the beach. The jellyfish are gone, so no danger to go in the sea. We just very nice temperature, and now they're going really, really close to the sea, and we see another duo here going slightly slower in their own pace here under the bridge and near the Gaaton River.
I don't know if it's a silly question, Ori, but is there sharks here by you guys? I doubt it with the warm of the water.
No, it's pretty rare to see sharks.
So, yeah, so in Durban and outside Durban, the warm water, yeah, there's quite a bit of sharks. Cape Town and in that area, we've got the False Bay area, which is quite well known for the great whites. But so, yeah, this side, not really an issue.
You can see some, but it's pretty rare. If you see a photo of a shark, people will get thrilled about it, because we don't see it very much.
Oh, so it's like whale watching there by us.
Yeah.
Well, this country's got some amazing things to offer, not just with the history, but the scenery and the people, the food, the hospitality is amazing in Israel. As you guys can see, nobody is holding anything back on that course. And that is, once again, the South African duo of the two brothers, Louis and Heimer Anderson, own a beautiful trucking company in South Africa, across the country, by the way. It's a David-Goliath combination. Louis is the tall one and Heimer is a shorty.
As we see riders really, really tired at the end of the stage, lying, just falling to the floor, getting some water on him. Now getting up. I hope he'll be good. Maybe recover a little bit in the shade. It's really, really hot. You have to drink a lot. You have to make sure you drink and maybe even eat, because 1 hour is long enough for maybe stucking a gel inside.
Well, it is 1 hour of racing full out on a prologue and a time trial. It is energy sapping, and well, we could see it. The guys just, I mean, I think it's definitely the heat taking its toll on these riders. But yeah, it's very, very hot, but it's good. It's good.
As we see Amir Shub and Hadass Weiss here, this duo making its way in the city of Akko. Again, riding one behind the other. We can see on the back, it's Amir Shub, and on the front it is Hadass Weiss. And another duo here riding near the, I think it's an olive trees over here.
Yeah, definitely. You can see the guys are not really pushing it too hard, maybe just getting a feel of the course and what they can expect for the next couple of days. So otherwise they would be sitting next behind each other and finding it out like the guys in the back there of the screen. Right back in this inner circles, the same guys that we've mentioned earlier. That's the guys from Amir Shub and Hadass Weiss going through that beautiful tunnel and the inner city circle parts of this 23-kilometer prologue.
Yeah, they just went near Navy Sea base, and now they're going to go up to the walls. They're just taking their leg off to make sure they go safely up the sidewalk. Better safe than on the floor.
Definitely, definitely. You want to make sure you get to the finish line after 4 days of riding, not just at the first day in the prologue. I didn't realize there was a naval base here. I do know that you guys, Israel has the 4th largest air force in the world. That is very impressive for this young and small country.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, there's the 30 meter, the brutal 30 meters, 35% incline.
Yes, they're just going up on that climb. I hope they prepare their gears, because it does look like they're having a hard time.
And they're sitting out. It's normally, yes, these type of inclines is better just to get out of the saddle and, you know, work a little bit harder to get to the top side or just over the top instead of, you know, expanding too much energy sitting down. I personally feel it like that. Well, here they are, the guys from, you guys can't see it now on the screen, but the guys from Anderson Transport, they back home. Looks like, what, 50 minutes or so for them. So brilliant riding from the South African team. And how beautiful is that colors, the guys that's going out there is team number 508. We'll see if we can try and get some names quickly for you guys, but we will see them on course a little bit earlier. That is Rainer Fritz and Edwin Urs struggled.
But for now, we get footage from the city of Akko. So this is again another duo here riding just very close to the seashore. They're going to make their way very closely to very soon they'll be near the military base and then to the walls. They're just passing another duo. And as we said earlier, you can't draft with another duo. This is not a regular stage race, it's a prologue. Each duo must start on their own in their own time and must make the best time. And the music you can hear is Sport 5 joining the live coverage soon. You will be able to hear the Hebrew coverage on Sport 5, and we are staying here with you in the English coverage on Facebook and on the website of the Epic Israel. As you see again, the great views of the city of Akko, of the riders again going up the wall, up and down the wall. It's very tough, and we can see riders here. Well, everyone here is finishing pretty tired, but they're still riding their bikes, some of them, so it's good.
Yeah, you can see, not sure what you call it in English, salpeter, you know, the white stuff. It's on the back of the shirts from all the sweat and all this, you know, the salt that's accumulated there. So it's, yeah, definitely very hot for these guys. And not every single rider that comes here soaked, drenched with the sweat. So, yeah, it just tells you that it's very hot. It's over 31 degrees. But, hey, I'd rather take it in this heat than mud and rain. So I think the guys can experience a great scenery and everything. Everything is there, and all they have to do is just obviously make sure they get enough water, H2O, to hydrate them properly for the next couple of days.
Yes, and not only water, isotonic drinks in this kind of weather is very good to keep your salts just inside, because you do lose lots of salt, so it's a very important, or to bring it back with your isotonic drink or with your salt pill. It's very important for recovery and for the continuation of your race.
Yes, it is. Get all those electrolytes back. And once, as I mentioned, I mean, today is just 23 kilometers. The main event, well, the main days is still to follow. So if anybody expends too much energy now, oh, here we go. We're getting live now.
Yeah, Sport 5 is joining, so we'll see what happened up till now. So now you can see the Israeli coverage of Sport 5. This is Dror Pekac and Asaf Ackerman actually sitting just near us talking about the race. They're joining the coverage in the Israeli channel. They'll all watch, so the Israeli TV has it as well, starting slightly later. We'll have the stronger riders, the stronger UCI riders coming up fairly soon. We have some big names here. We have the winners of last year, Maximilian Brander and George Egger. We have great women riders. We have third place in the cross-country world championships. So we have an amazing tally of riders here.
Well, even the guys that came second last year in the mix, I'm sure they want to show Maximilian and the guys listening to guys. Last year, yes, you guys took the top spot. This year, we are not going to make it easy for you.
Well, I'm sure they're not back for nothing. They're here to make their amends here on this race. They want to show who's stronger, and maybe they feel like they have a better chance this year.
Well, they know what to expect, so, and obviously they've done their homework and they've done their preparations. And I mean, not just them, every single UCI rider, like I said, they're very professional, and specifically, you know, the European riders, they don't let anything get past them. They want to make sure they know exactly every meter of the course, where all the climbing is, how much climbing, how the terrain looks. As we guys can see, this was a little bit earlier on the Prologue start. The guys from Team Giant, they're going out on their race quickly. A couple of high five from the kids. Boom, that just happened.
Yes, and we had some technicals on the race. We have the race covered in many different spots. We have standing cameras and we have moving cameras. We have the helicopter, we have some drones, we have e-bikes following some riders. We already had many riders starting and finishing, and they keep on starting and finishing every 30 seconds until the UCI riders start at 2:07. We'll have our first UCI duo of Haley Smith and Catherine Pendrell, one of the favorites for today's race, starting today at 2:07, so stay tuned.
And it is the Canada combination. I know Catherine Pendrell is ranked 10 in the world UCI ranking. Haley
is also ranked on a very high position. Both of them having a pretty good world championship. Both very, very strong riders. Haley Smith finishing 6th in the World Championships, and Catherine winning it twice. And this year she finished in the top 20, finishing 14th in the World Championship. So a very, very strong duo. Although we do have 3rd place in the World Championship, so it is going to be some tough racing.
Yeah, the ladies is not going to give anything away. But I know Catherine is she's won numerous cross-country World Cups as well. So, I mean, she is a veteran in the sport at the moment. So, riding with Haley, and Haley is an up-and-coming, very good up-and-coming rider. So I think that is going to be a good combination. The great team dynamics for those two ladies.
Yeah, so experience may play the leading game here. Catherine with lots of experience, being 39, racing in top level for many, many years. She won her first World Championship in 2011, and she's still in the top. So it tells you something about her. She's a very good rider, and I believe we're going to see lots of them. And here we have some more duos, and the story of the day with riders. This is the bridge over the train. These are the leaders up till now. As you can see, it's number 60 here, Itamar Grinberg and his couple.
Well, the other ladies I want to mention as well, Aria is the likes of Yannicka Loev, Greta Steinberg. They're some of the favorite of the ladies, Virak Buzaki and Regina Schmidl, as well as the ladies from Portugal, Ida Pereira, Lorenza Menapais. So we want to check those ladies out. We've got ladies from Jovana Knogrnak and Sophie von Borsort.
And now we can see the overall results up till now. Sorry, Carl, for interrupting you. So we have still Tzur Brandt and Itamar Grinberg first with 46 minutes and 9 seconds. Second, Angelo De Veroli and Chaim Dehan 5 seconds behind. And first in their respective category of Masters, Tzur Brandt and Itamar Grinberg are in the elite men category. Third are David Travenik and Viktor Kola from the Czech Republic, again in the Masters category, but almost a minute behind their first placed duo. But it's nice to see an international duo here in the top. But Chaim Dehan and Angelo Di Veroli are showing what they're here for. They're here to keep their title from last year.
Well, I don't know if a lot of these guys, go full gas on a prologue, and if there's some of the guys that's actually riding it a little bit reserved, because you're not going to win the race in the prologue. The big stages are still laying ahead, so some of the guys might take the option to take it a little bit easier today, not to lose too much time, and obviously make sure that they get full gas and give everything for the next couple of days.
Absolutely, they do not have to go full gas, but as you said, you can't win it, but you can lose it in the prologue, so they do have to stay just in the area, maybe not really all out, because they do have another 3 days they have in the back of their minds, and they're going to be way longer, and they're going to be tough. But I think riders would want to get the jersey, maybe just showing who they are, showing their form. Maybe it's a form check to see who's where. It's the end of the season, so some riders come stronger, some weaker. It will be interesting to see how our elite riders do today.
Hey, it is always nice to have that jersey on for the first day and at the first stage, at the starting lineup. So that's always nice. Yes, there will be guys that want to go and gun for that, and it should be the guys that think that they're going to have the chance, they're going to have the momentum and the legs for the next couple of days as well. But yeah, it's always nice to have the jersey first time on. It's like one of those, you're just walking around and say, boys, this is my jersey. I want to keep it for as long as I can.
Absolutely, it is showing it is a way of showing your intentions for today. So we are here in Mate Asher, the regional council, just in the northern part of Israel, in the western Galilee. Riders today have the 22-kilometer long prologue going towards the old city of Akko and near the Mediterranean Sea. We have a beautiful, beautiful course. As we saw, it's about 46 minutes for the faster riders. I believe it will go even lower with the UCI riders. We have sand, we have really, really steep climb, 37% going on the walls. It is a great course. The riders here are all smiles and thumbs up here at the finish, as we can see now here at our place. And now we can see the very, very steep climbs here of the wall.
The other thing is, Ori, I think a lot of these guys that came and wanted to come just for stage wins instead of the overall GC or general classification wins. So we are going to have some of those. Specifically, like I mentioned, some of the guys are going to go. The cross-country specialists are going to go out today, and they want to put the mark down to get that leader's jersey. But then there's guys going to they are going to upset and some of the other guys because they want to go for stage wins. It's always prestige to have a stage winner, specifically right here at the Migdal Epic Israel, powered by Preg.
Absolutely, we saw that last year as well, and here we can see the description of the prologue. 22 kilometers, you can see the course finishing and starting at the same point, going south and then north in the general direction.
Yeah, a nice little layout so you guys can see exactly how the guys ride. It's once again a circular route. start off with jeep tracks, about 11 Ks, and then they go into the inner city of circles. They ride there. Then from there they go, as you guys can see on the screen, they go to next to the Mediterranean Sea. Well, the Mediterranean Sea will be on their left-hand side as they make their way back to the finish area right here. This beautiful, beautiful hotel. I forgot the name. Please help me with the name there, Ori.
I'm pretty sure it's Aqueduct Hotel.
There we go. That's it, yeah. Aqueduct, because I know the password is Aqua something.
Well, I'm not staying here as well, so I don't know.
Comme si, comme ça. Well, it's still electrifying at the finish area. You guys must see this. So we've packed to the rafters. Everybody's relaxing in the chill zones. The bicycles already been taken away to get nicely cleaned up. The guys are getting some massages. We've got the guys from Gems Beer that's here.
And we're live again. We have number 53 here at the starting ramp, ready to go. It's Fima Ultiski and Yoni Herbersman from Team Yoni and Fima from Israel.
Both, yeah, local riders. So we're getting to the two-digit numbers. Once we start getting to the single-digit numbers, you guys would know. Yes, it's all the main heads of state, all the UCI riders.
Yes, we have the really lower numbers are the strong UCI men, and the low 100s are the UCI women. So you could follow them with us. As we can see, again, Akko is an ancient port city, as we've told you. It is a World Heritage Site as well. You can see a beautiful view from the sea towards Akko. You can see the...
Is that yachts there in the ocean? Is it yachts? Yeah, it's definitely nice. So hey, we even got that. So the guys can, if they want to go, the guys, all the sailors in the ocean, God loves the sailing. You can even come and do that here. How beautiful is that views? The helicopters, some amazing views from them. And as Ori mentioned already, we've got the guys on the e-bikes. We've got the still cameras. We've got guys at the finish line waiting for the guys to do interviews. Once again, here it looks like it's some of the master guys finishing up. While we look at those beautiful footage, and yes, there's a couple of photographers now. You can see the guys smiling when they see a camera.
Absolutely. Many riders here are master riders coming here for the fun. It's an amazing course, as we said, an amazing event. Probably the most prestigious off-road event in Israel, and trying to go to the highest level in the world as well, as we see riders just going over the train bridge. And really, really close to the end of the course, number 3.
So that's what, give or take about 4 Ks out or something like that. That's very close to the finish line. Maybe a little bit closer than that. Well, we have the guys from Team 75 Day going out on course. We'll check now, give you guys a couple of names. While the guys, here we go, getting off the bicycle with that 37% incline there. Jeez, that is tough. That is tough. I wish you guys could really get the impact of it, see that how steep that little climb is.
Yes, I remember riding it, and it was, as you said, I'm pretty sure it was the longest 30 meters in my life. It was really, really, it's a tough climb, but I'm glad I rode it with Gal, so he prepared me for this slope, but without him, it's, I don't know who else would think of climbing this kind of climb.
Well, Ori, if it was easy, we would have called it football.
Absolutely.
Is it guys running? I wonder if there's a technical why.
Maybe
we'll
it's
double check now. Maybe
yeah.
Just getting over that little climb and then back on the bicycles. Is one of the mixed? Is it mixed teams?
Well, it's slightly hard to see from this angle, but
yeah.
We see riders just all over the course. Riders catching each other, and you can see our helicopter in the end and the back of our shot just over the sea towards the city of Akko.
Beautiful, beautiful images.
Yeah, you see the riders getting off their bike because we have many riders on the course. So sometimes if one gets his leg off the bike, the others must do it. It won't make as big as impact today, but as the next days when we have all the riders even starting together, as we said, they do start on their own, riding only with their pair and must stay with their pair no further than 2 minutes and not draft on other riders.
Well, we're on the open section, but it's a Mediterranean section. Just past it's a sand section that the guys are going through. A lot of guys opt to actually on purpose to get off the bike and just walk up this climb instead of falling all over or wheeling from left to right to get up that climb. So sometimes it's maybe a bit better for them in their own specific ways. But if the guys can ride at technical sections, they took over and they're away.
Absolutely, as we see again, 2 pairs here getting towards the end, it's Tzachor and you have Horowitz from team 500 watts.
500 watts. You can see well with that pedaling cadence there is very fast. That's not 500 watts that, but I'm sure once the boys get to that steep climbs, they can put out about 500 watts.
Well, it's not called like that for nothing. And to be honest, I once rode for this team in my youth times. Yes, I was racing there in junior.
Awesome. So you got about 500 watts in there, 500 horsepower.
Absolutely. As we see another duo just going up that final steep climb of the day.
The guys from Iron Core, well, just got a bit of feedback from the course. Whoa,
and
that's a nice.
New leaders as Raz Alon and Rafael Levy by a while, by a big time, 42 minutes and 15 seconds.
Well, they've got almost 4 minutes lead on that, and that is the combination from the United States of America, OK USA.
That's an amazing result. We hope we'll get confirmation that is good because it's 4 minutes into the leading time that hasn't been broken for over an hour and a half now. That's impressive.
Very, very impressive. But I tell you what, if that is the time for those folks, you can expect the front guys or the top heads of state to ride it in about, what, 35 minutes, 37 minutes, maybe even a little bit quicker than that.
Yeah, the UCI guys are going to fly this course.
It's going to be very fast. There's the old Epic Israel jerseys, beautiful jerseys that the guys are wearing from the previous and past years. As they go through the inner city circle now. Beautiful coverage, a right turn on the sidewalk, and away they go. A little bit in front of him, his teammate, but they should catch up real soon. It is the guys from, here we go, Landon de Lachranzi and Gavin Viljoen, South African. They call themselves Cape Air. Landon Lachranzi and Gavin Viljoen. There they go.
Going up the steep climb on the walls, 37% as we've mentioned, and I'm not sure we'll stop mentioning. It's just unbelievable, this percentage. So tough, but I think he's gonna get up this one, staying seated and on the low gear, and you have the guys cheering up. He's gonna do a little rendezvous on the top and then go down just on the same slope, but on the other side it's a pretty sketchy descent as well. They have to make sure they stay safe as we see them just going on the top near the cannons and on the grass.
Well, these guys are used to steep climbs and technical sections because we got a lot of those in our country. I won't lie to you guys. But yeah, they're definitely having an amazing time. Beautiful, beautiful Israel. The 7th edition for all our newcomers and new listeners. We are the 7th edition, the 2019 Migdal Epic Israel powered by Trek. Today, the prologue, 22 kilometers, 100 meters of climbing. So the guys are absolutely having a great time. The weather is hot, not going to lie to you guys. If we saw them a little bit earlier, they finishing up Iron Score, finishing up beautifully by the finish line.
Yes, and as you said, it is the 7th edition and the 2nd year that we are going on air for this for the Epic Israel. It is a great race. First time we're going 4 stages. We have the prologue today, and then another 3 regular stages, long stages. It will be the shortest stage is 70 kilometers, so it is a long race, a tough race, as we can see. Well, what the Epic is made of, the duo racing, one pushes the other. You can't ride this race on your own. It's a couple racing, and some may say it's the weaker rider's race because that's the rider who will determine your pace. As we see this duo on the beautiful view of the Mediterranean Sea, just making the way back to the race village after going through the old city of Akko. They'll make their way to the race village and be here fairly shortly. As we see another pair just climbing there near the old city. It's number 512.
Is that the beginning of the inner city when they start from the jeep tracks into the cities?
I think this is after the walls. We've seen them climbing the walls earlier. Now they went off the walls and they took this right-hander, and they will start heading out of the old city near the shore. They'll get to the shore fairly soon. I see 2 riders walking.
Yeah, that's from just after that steep section. Still running. The guys often just to obviously stretch their legs out a bit. Because I've walked up there, I think it's quite hard on the calves with that steep incline.
Absolutely, and he's still stopped. Maybe he has a technical as well.
It looks like it.
Looks like his bike. As you see, 2 smiles. One is in his shirt and one in his face. That's what we get here at the Epic Israel.
Well, you can see the guys are, taking some of the safer options and safer routes because they know it's a 4-day game. It's not a 1-day game, and it's not a 23-kilometer prologue game. So some of the guys just getting off 1 or 2 places where they think, yes, I would rather be cautious and safe than take any chances.
Yeah, and as we see Gil Kashi and Israel Chen here very close to the end. We're going to see them coming here to the end very soon.
Well, here they come, the Grandmaster, some of the Grandmaster favorites, Izzy Zimmerman and John O'Connor just finishing up. Hopefully we can get some time splits on their time. It would be very interesting to see how they did today.
It is. They are one of the favorites for the Grandmasters, finishing second last year, and with their great result in the mountain bike Trans-Alp, finishing fourth or third, if I'm not mistaken.
Fourth, Ori.
Thank you very much, Carl.
But I mean, John O'Connor in South Africa used to be a professional road cyclist a long time ago. They used to ride for Dakin Goo. So he's got a very good background and a very good pedigree of racing as well. He only started racing mountain bike, I think, if I could remember correctly, about 5 years ago. Before that, he was a total pure roadie. So it's nice to see that, you know, the guys going over from the road to the mountain biking. In our country, it is the fastest growing sport at the moment, the sport of dirt mountain biking. And I'm sure this here as well, it's building and it's getting bigger and bigger and better, which is awesome.
It is awesome, and as you said, he is a roadie, and I think it could be an advantage for him as well, having all the kilometers in his legs with all the muscle memory. He's probably going to be very, very good in the flats for sure, maybe even in the hills, and just riding for a long, long period of time.
Well, these guys are used to it, you know, sitting, like you mentioned, on the flats. These oaks can put the power down, and then when they get to the climbs, they know how to conserve, you know, the energy and when to attack. So they've done their homework as well. These guys definitely have done their homework. Oh, that's a beautiful shot of that helicopter. These oaks got amazing skills, these helicopter pilots.
Well, I'm pretty sure this is a former Air Force pilot over here. We have many Air Force pilots. As you said, it's the fourth biggest Air Force, so we have lots of pilots. And after they finish their military service, sometimes they go to private companies, to commercial companies, and they just love flying. So why not? Why stop?
Love it. So I don't know if the viewers and international guys know, but here in Israel, women and men, it's compulsory for them to go to the army. They have to do military training. I know the ladies are from 18 years old. They go into the...
And now we don't have footage of it. Sorry, Carl, but it's Gil Kasha and Israel Chen finishing. It's another big favorite in the Grandmasters. Maybe we'll see the results soon.
Let's hope we can get some time splits. But yeah, the ladies and the males, they go to for military service. The ladies, they from 18 years, the men as well, they will still be in the reserve until 24. That's for the ladies, and the males until 51 years old. So by the way, so yeah, I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant for women to do that. I mean, they give them confidence, how to handle a weapon, how to protect themselves, how to handle themselves. So I think it's amazing.
Well, it does have its pros and cons. Sometimes you do have 3 years for men and around 2 for women. The problems come when you're maybe a professional athlete trying to break your way in the world, and then sometimes the army will do some problems, but in general everyone has to go to the army. It is an interesting place to be because you meet people from all over the world. So it does have its pros and cons. Maybe we'll talk more about it in the continuation of this.
Ori, when I got to the country, I mean, all the soldiers, and I mean, young, walking with all these amazing big rifles and stuff. So yeah, it's intimidating, but I think it's a good thing. Once again, it's a beautiful city of Akko, beautiful aerial shots from the helicopter. And how beautiful and amazing is that? All the yachts on the left-hand side, you can see the big walls right there. And there we go.
It's again Tomer Baruch and Dvorah Chayon, one of the leading mixed duos in the favorites list. You can see Dvorah won the Epic 2017 in the mixed category. Tomer Baruch is a young rider, been racing road and off-road, both riding for CCC team. As we said again, Dvorah had a very, very bad injury last year, crashing around 10 kilometers into the race and finishing it not in the way she wanted. I believe she hopes, and we hope she'll be better. I think they are out on the course right now. It absolutely looks like them. It's Tomer leading and Dvorah on his wheel, just riding near his wheel. Maybe the wind comes from the side, or she feels very, very strong. One of the above, and they look like they're pretty close to the end of the route, so maybe we'll see them here pretty soon. We will let you know.
Well, definitely, I'm sure they're going to have some interviews with them as well. They are local riders, and they are some of the contenders in the mixed category.
Yes, and
but they look strong. They look fresh,
and
strong.
We can see the Israeli train going just down there as the riders go above. It's a nice shot with the sea and the cotton fields behind.
Well, okay, I arrived here yesterday on that bad boy, so yeah, I must say that's the other thing about this country. Everything works clockwise. The trains arrive. Here's the mixed team, one of the mixed teams as well. They are not one of the favorites, but they are riding together. It's Team 202 once again. The Israel combination.
Of Eldado Chayon and Moran Feller just finished, and we just saw them coming in. As we see again the beautiful shots of the old city of Akko from above. The grass area is just where the riders are gonna ride on the top. They go.
מי שמצביע משפיע. היכנסו לסקר היומי באתר ערוץ הספורט ותוכלו לזכות בשובר למגוון רשתות. מתנת?
ברצועת החוף היפה בישראל, וילה אכזיב, חצי דונם לבנייה עצמית החל מ1,690,000 שקלים.
פילה, להשיג בחנויות פקטורי 54. Change the game. פילה.
טויוטה, נותנת החסות הרשמית למשחקים האולימפיים והפאראלימפיים בטוקיו 2020.
מניה ג'ינס, תבוא, מארגן אותך.
איך יודעים שהאבוקדו הבשיל?
תשאלו כל דחי.
סימן איכות של חקלאי הגליל.
Well, we just had a quick commercial break. We're back live at the 2019 edition of the Migdal Epic Israel, powered by Trek. Well, you can see the pairs out. A couple of guys finishing up. It is once again some of the mixed teams finishing up. 206.
It's Ivan Grinstayev and Seda Grinstayev, so maybe a couple in life.
Both from the Russian Federation, by the way. Oh, it looks like it's a honeymoon, the first honeymoon couple. The first.
Well, we do suggest Epic Israel for your honeymoon. It's a great place to be. It's a good experience. It's an interesting honeymoon, I must admit.
We're just on the prologue again. Apologies, Ari. There you guys can see as the crow flies 20 Ks quickly, 22 kilometers in total, 100 meters of climbing around a beautiful city of Akko, and then obviously on the Mediterranean side of the sea, and finishing up right here in the Matei Asher Regional Council.
Great one.
I'm getting with the pronunciation.
Yeah, your accent is great.
I think the Afrikaans helps a bit because we got a few in our language as well.
Yes, it does sound, you get the sounds, because mostly when we get the English people, you don't get the reish or the reish or the chet, but you got it pretty well.
Well, we got a few in our language.
As we see the climb of the old city, the walls, and now again we get the view to the Mediterranean Sea from the helicopter. A great view we get. We do have many cameras on the course. We have a helicopter, we have stational cameras, we have drones, we have e-bikes, we have motorbikes, we have four-wheel bikes. And the e-bikes get us footage from our GoPros, and everything is working with live view, getting us our live broadcast.
It is a world-class event. Once again, some amazing pictures from the helicopter, and there we go, one of the riders on the sea side, or Atlantic, well, the Mediterranean side of the course. Yes, well, once again, it's 22 kilometers for these athletes today. The prologue, first ever time we have a prologue, so it's a historical prologue. And I must say, I love the idea of the guys. There's the farmlands. That is part of the first 11.5 kilometers. And this is actually in Akko, that brutal 30-meter climb, 37% incline. So, yeah, it's Eina.
And you know, Carl, I'm starting to get excited because in 11 minutes we're having the first UCI duo starting, and it's going to be Haley Smith and Catherine Pendrell, one of the biggest favorites and the biggest names we've ever had on the Epic, and we have this year. Catherine is a 2-time world champion, and as you said, an Olympic champion as well. It's just amazing to see them here in 10 minutes. Well, still 11, but fairly soon, 10 minutes, they'll start here. And I can't wait to see these riders, and I can't wait to see how they'll be in this race. I hope they'll have a good race. And we can see here in the start what you can see. We have riders warming up on their rollers, and I believe Catherine and Haley are lining up to their start. They'll be there pretty soon. As we see the duo here, Grandmaster duo, 5 or 3. I'm pretty sure it's Amos Geri and Zohar Galili making it up through the climb. Another big favorite. Amos looks very strong. And by the way, we saw Dvorah Ochayon and Tomer Baruch many times, and now we see them here finishing. Both look very tired. We're waiting for confirmation to see their results. As we see again here, Amos Geri and Zohar Galili. Amos Geri won 2013 to 2017 Grandmaster category, so he's a pretty good rider. And Zohar Galili won the Israel Cross Country Championship this year. Finished second, excuse me. So they're both very strong.
Well, these guys got the technical skills. They know what it's all about. And obviously they are local. Local is Yoffe. Local is lekker. Local is awesome. That's what it means. A couple of master riders finishing up. Quite a few mixed teams back home. And like Corey said, less than 10 minutes before we get these top world-class athletes. Hayley Smith, Canada. Catherine Pendrell from Canada. Hayley, by the way, she is the Perskindal Swiss Epic 2018 winner. She is a UCI mountain bike world champion. She came 6th place in 2018. She's the 3rd place in 2018, the Canadian champion mountain bike championships, and the World Cup in 2019, where she came 3rd place. And Catherine, she is a bronze Olympic medalist. She is a winner in 2018 of the Perskindal Swiss Epic. She's won so many things.
And we can see here Dvora and Tomer getting interviewed. And, I'm not sure if you can hear it. Again, we don't hear it, so we'll keep on telling you maybe a little bit more about Hayley. You know, Hayley didn't come here on her own. She did come here with her fiance. Andrew L'Esperance is her fiance. They're engaged. They're both racing. He's respectively in the men's category.
Well, yeah, Andrew is riding. Well, his nickname is Lesby, I believe, and he's riding with Peter Dicera from Canada as well. Still young riders, 28 and 24 respectively. Just on Andrew, by the way, Ori, he came 3rd place in the Sea Otter Classic and 7th place last year at this event. And Peter Dicera, he was the national cross-country lead champion in 2016 to the current year. In other words, this year as well, and he came 2nd at the Sea Otter Classic. So those guys are very similar riding styles, very similar strengths, and if you can see at the results the last couple of months and years, these guys are going to be a good combination to look out for as well.
Yes, they are going to be good riders.
כמו שאומרים אצלנו, הוא התרסק, וקשה מאוד ולא המשך את האפיק, הייתה לך פציעה קודמת. איך מתכוננים?
שנה שעבר פרקתי את האפיקה כמה חודשים לפני להירשם לאפיק, לא חשבתי שאני ארשם, בכל זאת שמתי כל האנרגיה שלי לחזור לכושר, לאימונים. ואחרי חצי שעה תחרות עפתי באוויר ב-50 קמ"ש. חשבתי שזה
a couple of thumbs up, so the boys are having fun out there. We're almost getting ready for the heads of state. All the UCI riders, ladies and men, will start a bit later. Still at the finish line here with the guys having conducted some interviews. Just obviously going through the whole prologue, the experience, how they're feeling, and how they're ready for tomorrow, I suppose.
זה אחלה תחרות בינלאומי, פה בארץ ברמה ממש גבוהה. השנה התחרתי קצת בקפריסין באוסטריה. וחבל קצת לא להתחרות פה בישראל, שזה אחלה תחרות. ולעבוד הרבה על הראש, זה יותר מונטלי שזה קשה שוב לחזור.
יש לך הרבה אחריות.
יש לי הרבה אחריות וחזקה. זה לא קל.
Get their clocks ready to watch us or listen.
Well, it's the same time in South Africa as it is here, so that's quite a nice bonus for us. So you guys want to check out the rest of the world. I think Europe is 2 hours behind, if I'm not mistaken.
Depends where.
Depends where.
Great Britain is 2 hours behind. Central Europe is 1 hour behind.
הרבה דשדש שהיית צריך שם ללחוץ על הברקס, להיזהר לא ליפול, ראינו אנשים נופלים, במיוחד פה בסוף, יש פה מקום מסוכן. הרבה האצות, לשמור שאנחנו ביחד.
אחלה, שיהיה אחלה בהצלחה. תודה רבה לכם.
This great course, and Dvora and Tomer are sent off to relax in our great relaxation zone here in the shade, have maybe a nice drink, a nice something to eat, and recover for tomorrow. I can see here, and they have the best time in the mixed category, 50 minutes in, 30 seconds in front of Ivana Grantsayev and Seda Grantsavka.
So that's what, 36 seconds away, 30 seconds off them. So yeah, it looks like the local mixed team did definitely put the hammer down. Well, you can see from them when they cross the finish line, they are soaking wet with the sweat, and you can see, yes, it was a tough day. They really worked hard.
Yes, and I can tell you that they will get the leader's jersey in the mixed category since we're out of mixed starters. So Dvora, Choyon, and Tomer Baruch are first in our mixed category. They won the stage, and since they won the first stage, they will have the leader's jersey tomorrow, and they will start in the first box, or as you call it,
badge.
Badge.
There we go. We've got some more some more results or some more times. Turbinner and Itamar Grinberg is on the overall on the prologue. Overall on the prologue as it stands now. So it looks like the fastest time currently is 46 minutes 9 seconds. And I see the guys from Izzy Zimmerman, John O'Connor, the South African British combination. They are a minute, almost 2 minutes back.
And they seem first in their category. So it's good news for you, Carl, because it looks like they may win the stage. I'm not sure if all the results are already in our system, but as it stands for now, as most of the Grandmasters, if not all of them, has already started, they're leading, and if they're leading, it's a win, it's a stage win and a jersey for tomorrow, so that's pretty exciting.
It is very exciting. So provisionally, as you guys have heard from Ori, that is the results. So it looks like the guys are on the top spot of the podium, but yeah, it is provisionally. We'll make sure and get all the live or the results for you guys, and then now later this afternoon or later this evening, we can acknowledge all the guys, hand out the leaders' jerseys, and obviously have a beautiful dinner. That's one thing I must say about this venue. The food is unbelievable. It's lekker. You're fair.
I'm great. I'm very glad you're enjoying it. As we have more duos here finishing.
It's the M&M team. They're having a jaw, like we say. Hello, guys. How's it? Welcome home. You can see once again M&M, the mixed team. And that is in the likes of
Liat Atkins and Sharon Vardy riding with the M&M jerseys. I hope they didn't have too many today on the course, because I'm not sure it will help them. But looks like they had a good time, managed to get their hands up in the air, and now getting a nice drink from our volunteers here. We have many, many volunteers here in the Epic. It's one of the things that makes it possible to have all the people here helping us and to make this race such a special thing.
Well, there we go. Looks like we're going to have a commercial break again. Enjoy it. We'll be back in a minute or so.
אז גל, עד לפה היה מגניב, היה מעניין, היה כמה דברים באמת לא סטנדרטיים, אבל בוא תספר לי לאן הגענו, זה מקום מדהים.
זו החומה המזרחית,
אוקיי.
לב עכו, אחד המקומות הכי יפים פה. בעצם מה שמיוחד בפרולוג הזה שלנו, אחרי בערך 12 קילומטר, נכנסים לקטע אורבני. 1.5 קילומטר בתוך הקטע האורבני הזה, זה עכו העתיקה. מטפסים על חומות, יורדים מדרגות, קטעי סינגל קצרים בעלייה, טק, 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 נכנסים לחפיר, יוצאים מהחפיר. זה שונה לגמרי מכל מה שיש לרוכבים עד לפה, ומה שיש להם מפה. עד לפה הם נוסעים באבוקדו.
זה גם לא כזה נגש סטנדרטי, זה כאילו יש פה את העניין הזה של השינוי קצבים, הרבה סיבובים, עלייה חדש שיש פה בכבש הזה לכיוון הקום המדהים הזה.
בול. זה ממש משהו שדורש יכולות שונות מיכולות נגש קלאסיות, שזה להיכנס לקצב,
קבוע.
לתת גז. בדיוק. עכשיו פה יש לנו הרי את הכבש הזה, עלייה של 38%, כמעט 37.5% שיפוע, קצרה אומנם. יש עוד את השתי קירות האלו של החפיר, כניסה לחפיר ויציאה, החול ים עצמו, כן. דרמטי, ומה שאמרת קודם, התחושה הזאת של החזרת מהירות אחרי כל פנייה.
כן,
בקיצור,
יציאות ספרינט חזקות.
בול. אז הדבר הזה, זה משהו שיגזול אנרגיה דרמטית. תכלס, זה איזשהו קטע טקטי, כניסה אליו והיציאה ממנו יכולים להיות שונים ולעשות אפקט עבור כל זוג.
רגע, ומעכשיו בעצם יש לנו עוד 8-10 קילומטר עד הסיום?
בול. 13.5 קילומטר, אנחנו בקילומטר 13.5, 22 קילומטר עד הסוף, וזה פרולוג שטוח, 100 מטר, צוברים בו 100 מטר. את ה-100 מטר האלו צוברים רק על הקילומטר וחצי הזה.
איך היית מתנהל פה במקצה המרוץ הזה? היית מרביץ מההתחלה כמו תחרות קרוס קאנטרי מפוצץ?
א', חד משמעית.
אוקיי.
חד משמעית, זה 22 קילומטר, זה לא מלא. ב', יכולות של רוכב אופני הרים, טהורות, יש בתוכם כוללות את הדבר הזה, את הפיצוצים. בוא נגיד שמי שינצח היום את הפרולוג, הרוכבים שהם מומחים, לא לפרולוג קלאסי קצר, אבל הם מומחים לנגש, הם רוכבים מאוד חזקים, מהירים, לא בהכרח אלו שנראה, לוקחים את החולצה ואת ההובלה, החולצה הצהובה ואת ההובלה, בשאר הימים. הרוכבים שפה יככבו, זה לא בהכרח הרוכבים שיקחבו בשלבים הבאים. מה שנדרש פה זה הרבה כוח והרבה מהירות, ולאו דווקא יחס הספק משקל.
And we're back, and it's Catherine Pandrel and Haley Smith about to start this Epic Israel powered by Trek, Migdal Epic Israel, I may say 2019. It's just in 3, 2, 1, and they're off and going. One of the biggest favorites for this year.
Well, there they go. Quickly off the mark and away they go. They are ranked 7th and 10th respectively on the UCI rankings. The previous Olympic bronze medalist and the current, 2016 Canadian champion with Haley. She is third place last year, third place in the World Cup this year. So they've got amazing pedigree. It's going to be awesome to see those times.
It is going to be awesome. Haley did finish 12th in the World Championships, in the cross-country World Championships, and Catherine 14th. So they're both in pretty good form coming up in here. It's been just a few months ago, and here we have more elite duos starting very, very soon.
So the first UCI ladies are on course. It's going to be very interesting to see what those times will be today when it comes to the UCI ladies. Very fast times we can predict for today, only 23 kilometers and 100 meters of climbing.
It is a fast course. We saw the fastest riders do it in 46 minutes. So it is fast. The average speed is high. As we see Yvonne Kraft and Brigitte Becker-Jenker starting this ride today, going up together. And next up we have many, many strong riders.
Well, they both from Germany. It's a German combination. The second ladies that went off now in the UCI rankings. And then on the starting batch as we are now, hey, it is the Portugal-Italy combination of Ida Pereira and Lorenza Mena Pace.
Actually, Ilda, first of all, she's known as Kika, I'm pretty sure. And she was here last year as well.
Is that the disco name, Kika?
Could be. But she was here last year as well, racing in Israel. And now she brought a new friend, I think, to race with her. So I guess she's enjoying her racing here. I wonder how they'll do this year.
Well, they definitely look ready on the starting line. There's a couple of smiles still, giving a thumbs up. Oh, there you go. You can see me live now. Well, there's the German combination now.
Actually, talking a little bit more about Ilda, she has a pretty nice Spanish blog. If you know Spanish and interested about her, so you can find here. We can see some of the results. She's 4th in the Portuguese marathon championships.
And Lorenza, 4th in the cross-country marathon champs 2015. She's 47 years old, by the way, so this is veteran in the ladies. I mean, Ilda is 37 from Portugal and from Italy, the combination. I said Germany earlier, so apologies for that. But yeah, there we go. You can see a couple of spectators just cheering the guys on. Quite a few master guys finishing up, but the third lady starting.
It's Anastasia
Ryabokchina and Maria Petrova, the Russian Federation.
Yes, another women duo here starting. And as we said, we have a very, very strong field. They'll start now in 1 minute in between each duo. We had it 30 seconds up till now, but now it changes to 1 minute for the UCI riders. So we're going to have slightly bigger gaps. I'm not sure we're going to see as many catches as we've seen up till now. And the racing is just getting more and more interesting.
Well, as the day goes by, it's going to be very electrifying, very exciting, specifically once we get to the UCI males, because a lot of guys want to say, put the hammer down first day, and want to put their stamp down and say, boys, I want this title. I want the 2019 edition title of Migdal Epic Israel, powered by Trek.
Absolutely, this is a pretty good title to get, a good way to end your season. And next up, we have Cindy Montambu and Sandra Walter, both from Canada, another Canadian duo here. We have a pretty impressive amount of riders from Canada. Cindy did ride last year, finishing 3rd overall. So she knows the race, she knows what to do, and maybe they'll have a good race. Let's see how they started today.
Yeah, it's always so interesting that you forget about that pain so quickly. The guy's back the next year. I think already, a day or two after the event is done, they already wanted to enter again. It's like, I would never want to ride that again. Hey, look, entries are open. Boom, let's go enter.
Well, the memory of riders is short, I guess. And actually, Sandra Walter, the rider who's riding.
How was that for
Cindy.
skill? You see a little bit of a wheelie there.
Yeah, there is a little step on there, so you have to get your wheel up top. And as I started saying, Sandra, the partner of Cindy, has finished 18th in the World Championships of cross country, aging 39. So she still has it. She's still pretty good. So it's going to be an interesting duo to look at this year.
Well, it looks like the Hungarian team is up next. Here we go, Virak Budzaki and Regina Smidl. Both very young riders, 19 and 20 years old. The Hungarian cross-country champions, 2nd place. And then last year they were the winner. There comes the guys finishing up Team Saki. You can't see them now, but we're still with Regina. Well, Regina, 20 years old. Epic Israel, she was 2nd last year. 7th, apologies. I just quickly didn't read it. So there goes the Team Hungary. The girls hate you over that little bit of a bump, and away they go. Looks like they're on a mission.
maybe they'll try and steal a stage win. The longer races, I believe, will be slightly harder for them as they are very young, and I'm not sure they still have lots of muscle memory for the long rides. But today could be their big opportunity, or to show us what they're worth, and maybe we're not counting them enough, or to take out the stage win in the first leader's jersey.
Well, I don't want to contradict yourself, Ori, but I've seen it in the Absa Cape Epic. The youngsters, I mean, this year's winner, Kate Courtney, I think she's 20 years old. She rode with Annika Langvat. And then there was in the winners, the male winners, and Nino Schurter rode with Grotz from America as well. He's very young. He's just 20 or 22. So, I mean, these guys these days are once again so professional. Doesn't matter about the age. These guys are racing hard. They're fighting it out. At the moment, we're looking at, there we go. It's the American...
Sofia Gomez-Villafane and Rose Grant.
That is American-Argentina combination, and as I mentioned, Rose Grant won the Leadville 100 in August. She's a mother and a wife, by the way, a mother of two and a wife, and then obviously we got the cross-country and cycle cross. Well, that is apologies, Sofia Gomez-Villafane. She actually works part-time. She works for a chocolate. She's an admin manager for a chocolate company in the United States of America, by the way. However, she comes from Argentina.
I'll tell you more about that chocolate company soon as we see Naama Neumann and Antonia Doberman. The half Israeli, half German duo. Naama is the Israeli cross-country champion, and she starts with Antonia, who she rode with last year. They're going to start very, very soon. There, you see them getting ready.
And Naama, I see Naama is the national champ, current national champ of Israel, by the way, riding in that beautiful colors of Joe's and Joe's No Flats, one of our partners at this year's edition of the Migdal Epic Israel, powered by Trek. There they go.
And off they go. And as I promised, I'll go back to that chocolate company. It's not a regular chocolate company. It's a bean-to-bar company. So what it does, it controls the bean from the beginning. They don't get simple chocolate. They control it from the beginning. And it's very rare, actually. Not all some companies get chocolate that they made from a bean, and then they work with that chocolate and make their bar. But her company starts with the bean and then goes to the bar. And now we have the Estonian
Well, next
duo.
up is Yannicka Loev and Grete Steinberg from Estonia. They are the current, Yannicka is the current the marathon cross-country marathon champion from their country. So you can see beautiful smiles. They ready for this tough 23-kilometer prologue.
Actually, there are riders to look at because Yannicka has had very, very good finishes in this year's World Cup. She finished 13th in Leget's World Cup, which is a very good result, ranking pretty high in the World Championships, finishing 23rd, and she broke her bike while doing that. So it's a pretty impressive feat to finish 23rd on a broken bike, and off they go. The Estonian duo, I think we should put an eye on them.
Well, there they go, the marathon champion, the current marathon champion, and the current cross-country champion of Estonian. So that is going to be a nice combination.
And now we have the next duo is Jovana Konrak and Sophie von Berswood. Jovana was here last year, finishing second. As you can see, she's the Serbian cross-country champion for 2 years in a row. And Sophie is coming from Deutschland, from the Netherlands, finishing 11th in the European cross-country championship, which is a very good result. Both two very strong and skilled riders. Another good pair for the women category. We have a very, very strong women category this year.
Definitely, definitely a great field. And the UCI ladies. Well, you can see some of the supporters. Well, you guys can't see it. We could see some of their supporters and some most probably team managers taking photos and getting everything ready for those beautiful, beautiful sponsors that they're going to make so proud on the next next 4 days.
Yes, we have a great village over here as we have another duo going there, an American duo.
American ROCK in the US of A. Well, like they always say, you'll come back again and visit us real soon now, you hear? Well, it's Chloe Woodruff and Erin Huck. Well, Chloe is the cross-country champion, the current cross-country American cross-country champion, and fifth placed cross-country as the American cross-country continental champion. She came fifth, but she is the current cross-country champion. And then Erin, 38 years of age, came second at the Sea Otter Classic, a big race there by them.
And Chloe did finish 15th in the cross-country World Championships, so she is a very good rider. And she even comes in a better form, finishing 6th in the final World Cup, the final cross-country World Cup in snowshoe. Shows she is a very, very strong rider. And off they go. Another good duo to look at and to watch, coming from Team USA, probably picking up the points for Tokyo 2020.
It is the dream team, like they would say.
And the next duo, another big favorites for this year. It's Rebecca McConnell and coming back, Gita Michels. Gita Michel finished second last year, probably slightly disappointing because it was because of many technical issues. You can see Gita is 36 from Belgium. She's the cross-country champion there for 2 years in a row. And there is a slight mistake here. She's not the European cross-country champion. She finished 7th in that race. Rebecca is the Australian cross-country champion, so both champions of their respective countries.
And I know Rebecca's husband is riding today as well in a male category, so I wonder we're still going to have an interview with him. I wonder if they're going to ever team up as a mixed pair, a honeymoon couple.
Well, we can invite them for next year.
Definitely. We just don't want to break up a happy home. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to ride with my wife. I don't know. Well, there they go. It is the Belgium-Australian combination.
Going off.
Gita McHills and Rebecca McConnell.
Going safe but fast through that starting left-hander as we see riders just about to go off the walls here. Just safely and down that steep go down. It's like many little steps in a very steep angle. It's not very pleasant, but you just have to go down it.
Just keep momentum. The Zaznu team with that beautiful colors. The guys fighting it out on the course. 1 or 2 false flat, and obviously we got that steep 30-meter climb with 37% gradient.
And here we see some footages here of the course. This is near the end of the race, near the end of today's course. As we see number 61 here at the race. Near the end, it's Amjad Abu Saleh and Saleh Ma from Team Active Way.
Well, once again, local riders. Beautiful aerial shots once again. Well, there we go, guys. It's just, you can see, still chatting away. These guys are just here for the scenery, for the ride, for the experience. Once we get to the, to the business end of the field, I can see all the pros, the UCI men lining up. We're almost going to start with the pros, and I think, yeah, it is McConnell. It is Rebecca's husband getting ready there with his partner.
With Anton Sintsov, the Russian cross-country champion, coming back after last year, after nearly winning a stage last year, not having the best race overall, nearly winning a stage just for his partner to crash on the final corner. It was a heartbreaking crash over there, and now maybe he hopes to get slightly better this year, going with Daniel McConnell, the Australian cross-country champion. Again, both McConnells are riding with another national champion. It's maybe a thing in the family. And one last drink.
I think the family is going to get better. They want bragging rights. Who's got, the best medal on the Epic Israel? So most probably it's that. There we go. You can see now on the screen the guys, Daniel McConnell and Anton Sintsov, 34 years old, both of them 34 years old, current Australian cross-country champion. And with them, obviously, Anton, he is the national Russian cross-country champion as well. Like Ori has mentioned before, the guys are quite relaxed on the start. You can see just making sure that everything is ready and everything is loose. I'm sure these guys are already warmed up. They've already ridden the course. They know exactly what to expect for the next 23 kilometers.
Yes, many UCI riders have came here already yesterday trying to do a recon of the race, and I did see some riders going again today. So they're strong professional riders. Another 20 kilometers in the morning don't really affect them. They did it they did yesterday. Some of them did it in the morning and got prepared, and they will go just right now looking very calm.
Well, there they go, Anton Sintsov and Daniel McConnell, the Russian-Australian combination.
With the shiny yellow helmets just going off and going off. Here we have teams of CCC duo near the end, just riding on the sands and trying to avoid our cameraman over there. This is a view from the motorbike, as you can see on the left top hand of your screen. It's a live view. It's a live view system that we work with that gets us our live broadcast.
Well, on that note, Ori, we're going to have live broadcasting 4 hours a day, every day. So that's, here we go. We're just looking at the split times once again. Looks like the Russian Federation or the Czech Republic, apologies. There we go. At the moment it stands at 43 minutes at the checkpoint, and about 2 minutes down is the guys from Israel, the local guys, Itamar and Turzurbrand.
But soon this number is going to go down and down. These riders are not professional UCI riders. We have had our first professional men UCI riders, so I think they'll take it down, and when we'll get to the big, the really big guns. Although Anton Sintsov and Daniel McConnell are good riders for this year, but I think when we get to the winners of last year, we're going to get the really, really fast results. As we see one last fist pump before they start getting up to...
Well, check, the guys are flying up there. You can see they make it look way, way too easy. That is a blistering pace up that brutal, one of the brutal climbs. Not a lot of climbing today, very short, steep climbs and technical, loose climbs, but nothing to boast too much, not too much effort that these guys need to put in. I mean, tomorrow, yeah, it's a different story. 1,650 meters of climbing, and all the climbing, most of the climbing is in the middle. So it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see who's got the legs on the day.
Yes, as we are near the sea, so it's pretty flat in this area, and every day when we climb, we'll go around 20 kilometers before we climb and 20 kilometers after we finish the climbs. As now you don't see that, but we have Daniel Gathoff and Caleb Koeniger from Germany finishing the race, starting off the race. As we see the mixed results once again, it's a confirmation of Tomer Baruch and Dvorah Ochayon winning the mixed category today, taking the stage win and the jersey for tomorrow with 30 seconds over the closest duo. So it is pretty tight still, and even 2.5 minutes open today could be closed with one flat tire or one bad day. So they still have to keep riding on strong as see riders going down the walls and the steep descent.
Yeah, it is a 4-day event, so yeah, today the guys will take it, some of the guys will take it a little bit more cautious in the tricky sections. They want to make sure they're ready for the next big stages, the 3 stages that's laying ahead. 92, 90 odd Ks and finishing up with 70-something kilometers on the final day.
And now we see David Reznik and Netanel Ziv. David Reznik is a physiotherapist, so if you break something, you go to this guy and he'll fix you pretty quickly. He's really known in Israel. He races on the road, off-road, and now we see he's combining up with Netanel Ziv to do this epic.
They call themselves the babies.
And now we can see, I'm sorry Carl, it's a duo from TCH, which is the Cycling Hub, an Israeli channel for cycling. It's Tommy Tzchaki and Israel Chen. They showed how they prepared for this race, and maybe we'll see some more videos trying to be the Israeli GCN or GMBN, if you've heard of them.
Yes, yes. The next team up, it looks like the guys from the Ukraine. We'll obviously give you guys some details on them while we're still live on course. Looks like Grandmasters riding there together, still looking a nice cadence and pedaling style. These guys are, yeah, they're tough as nails.
Absolutely, riding one behind another. Smiles up to the camera, saying a little hello.
Shalom, shalom. I'm sure they say that. Well, the Ukrainian team are off.
Yes, it's Dmitry Tatrenko and Vladimir Kozelensky.
And it looks like they're the Ukraine national second team, if I look at the name. So it's going to be interesting who they are going to ride for, or are they going to have the strongest legs on the, for the Ukraine teams.
Yes, we'll have to wait and see how today goes and how the next days go. As we see many riders riding in bunches, and another duo.
Well, that is the guys from Austria, Fabian Costa and Emmanuel Zangari.
Fabian Costa came here last year as the mechanical of the Austrian duo of Gregor Ragel and Karl Markt. He was their mechanical, and he actually joined us in the commentary box just when they were racing, because he didn't have much to do. They're out there. They have to fix their own flat tires. So he was sitting just in between me, and I was giving some of his insights of how they prepared. It was very nice to meet him. And I remember talking to him after the race ended and saying he really had fun, and he has to come next year but to race. And I see he did make his promise, and he's here racing with his duo, Emmanuel Zangler, both coming from Austria for the KTM racing team.
So it looks like that man's got a lot of tunnels he can ride. He can obviously repair bicycles, and he can do some commentating.
Absolutely. So I think if they have a technical, they'll be pretty safe.
Yes, definitely. Well, the next guys up, it's once again the local guys, the Buttons team, Matzman from Israel, Guy Kaftori, Noam Strashnau.
Yes, and you may wonder why they call themselves the Buttons, because Kaftori is the last name of Guy. It's like a button. Kaftor is a button, so that makes them the Buttons.
That's Buttons team. Matzman?
Matzman is just an Israeli store for cycling. It's like a family name of a guy who opened the
Got you. Well, there's a couple of guys, couple of riders on the course now. One of the flat sections of the course. And you can see still a bit of gaps. The guys are not allowed to draft each other. Well, not today in the Prologue time trial for that matter. But yeah, still sitting up, resting that lower back, and obviously resting the arms. Next up is team number 21. We'll just double check and see who they are. It's riding in the colors of Giant, but I can see guys already having technicals. Quickly, looks like more chains hopping off than anything else.
Well, we have many steep climbs today, and if you choose your gears wrong, or if you put too much pressure on your gears and then try and change your gear, you may have your chain going the wrong direction, or your derailleur getting a little too much of tension over there. So you just have to watch out for that.
And I suppose on a tricky and a technical descent, you know, all the shaking and stuff, sometimes it can happen that the chain just hop off.
Absolutely. As we see another duo near the end of the course going just up over the train. It's number 59 here, riding Elad Gaon and Yehuda Pakel.
Pac-Man team, both local guys. The guys from Germany just went off. There's Team Giant, Team 21. I had a chat with the guys a little bit earlier this morning. Holger Schmarschmidt and Sonke Wagner, World of Mountain Biking, that's their team name. So they are Team 21 in the UCI rankings today. And we're almost ready for the guys from France. Our first French team, comme ça, Joshua Lecrante and Vicente Sibel. Team Vosges VCT UCI. They're looking very relaxed though. We can't see it now on the screen, but they're looking very relaxed, Ori.
Yes, smiles all around. Maybe happy to start this race. Maybe just staying cool, and their poker face is a smile, trying to get everyone calm and then bring the bomb later on.
Yeah, like I always say, you know, it's like cool, calm and collective on the outside, and on the inside it's like a squirrel that's loose. Very nervous but exciting.
Absolutely, as we see more and more pairs getting towards the end of the stage over there near the cotton fields and over the train.
Ori, we do not have too many more riders to start, by the way. If I look at the starting lineup, it looks like we've got about 7 or 8 teams that still need to get going. The final guys, and you can see the leaders from the winners from last year, they will start last today. They had an amazing race last year. And it's Maximilian Brandels, eh?
Yes, and George Egger.
There we go.
Yes, they are going to start in 2:52, which is 22 minutes away, and so we're not far from the end of this race. So we're going to see them soon, and it's going to be exciting. We're going to have some fireworks here today.
We're going to have some fireworks.
As we see another duo going up that steep ascent over there, getting out of the saddle and back in at the end of it. It's a very steep climb.
Ori, when I used to race, I used to prefer those short, steep climbs. That was my one of my strong points, you know, the long, flattish, even climbs. I just didn't gel with my, I don't know, my physiology, but the steeper the climbs, and you know, for at least 300 meters, I used to love that. And there we go, quickly just looking at overall as it stands now. The guys from the Czech Republic, 43 minutes, 28 seconds. Martin Zeithammer, Petri Tacek. They're leading at the moment, and 2 minutes and 40 seconds later is the guys from Israel, Tua Brandt and Itamar Grinberg. And third place as it stands now, once again, the local guys, 2 minutes, 46 seconds back. Angelo Di Veroli and Haim. I just missed that. Thank you.
And they are first in their category, the Grandmasters, which is one important. And up till now, we can say that they did win the stage for the Grandmaster category today, so they'll get the leader's jersey tomorrow and try to keep it till the end like they did last year. As we have Luca Schwarzbauer and David List starting for the German team, the same team of George Egger and Maximilian Brandl, both very young riders, 23 and 20. Both good riders riding here together last year as well, finishing 8th, and they're already off. You can't see it yet, but they're off the starting ramp, and we'll see how it'll be this year.
Well, looks like they've got very similar strength. If I looked, you know, German cross-country champions, 4th and 6th place, 4th for David and 6th for Luca. So it looks like they've got similar strengths if I just look at those results. But yeah, definitely the German guys well represented this year, by the way. There we go. You can see the guys, the heads are down, the hammer putting it down and racing hard.
Absolutely, we can see, and we can see another top shot of this area where we get on the walls. They have a little circuit they go up the wall, do a little circuit, and go down just in front of where they went up. It's, as we said, it's steep, it's not easy, and we're gonna have another start over here at the race village. We're gonna see it fairly soon. We have another duo starting here number 16. It's Mael Desrux and Enzo Marchi, another French duo.
Well, we got Austrians up next while the guys are still in the wall section, going down that steep technical downhill, for lack of a better description now. The guys from Austria, just double check and see. Well, there we go. It's Maximilian Foldi and Manuel Pilem. It's Austrian cycling team number 2. That's the team name, so they're most probably going to ride for somebody. And I think we'll see now. Yeah, so plenty of riders finishing up now at the starting area. Everybody's got like a war cry. Yeah, it's a whole train, but they all got their own war style and poker faces and smiling and just waving into the camera. It's got some amazing highlights this evening on Eurosport. Well, we can see the guys, everybody's just having an amazing time right to the 2019 edition Migdal Epic Israel, powered by Trek. Well, the Austrian team, day off. Team 24, as I mentioned, Maximilian Foldi and Manuel Pilem.
And as you mentioned, Eurosport earlier, and as we said earlier, we're going to be every day on Eurosport. We're going to have a 3-minute highlight reel of the day. So it's very exciting to have the first time coverage on Eurosport of what happened here. We hope you will see us there as well and enjoy the highlights.
Well, we're getting to the final start of the riders. Well, you can see on the screen now is the Hungarian team, the ladies. There we go. They are still looking nice and strong.
Just going off that steep climb over there, and we can see again another view of the old city and many views from all the cameras we have all over the course. As here, Catherine Pendrell and Hayley Smith going down off the walls. I wonder how they're going. I hope we'll get some intermediate times on them fairly soon, although I'm sure they'll finish first from the women as they started first. We'll just have to wait and see how they do. We'll probably know that in about half an hour time when we see them here.
מי שמצביע משפיע. ייכנסו לסקר היומי באתר ערוץ הספורט ותוכלו לזכות בשובר למגוון רשתות. מתנת?
מניה ג'ינס, תבוא, מארגן אותך.
לבנות מחומרי בנייה ממוחזרים?
זה אנחנו!
וגם שיקום מבנים.
ישראל צריכה מהנדסים פורצי דרך.
SCE, מהנדסים לעולם טוב יותר.
המקררים של בקו בטכנולוגיית אירופלש פלוס לשמירה על טריות המזון. בקו, לאכול כמו מקצוען.
חדש, קוקה קולה פלוס קפה. בוסט קטן בטעם מושלם. קוקה קולה, טעם החיים.
Well, we are back live once again as we go through the profile of the Prologue today. 22 kilometers, 100 meters of climbing. All the UCI ladies is already on the course, so we can expect them back in the next, 15 to 20 minutes. We're getting to the final UCI male athletes as they prepare to get on this, the starting match or the ramp for the Prologue. And I think it's now the business end of the field, all the top UCI male teams.
Yes, next up we have the cross-country champions of Israel for the last 7 or 8 years, with Shlomi Chaimi winning until last year and this year winning Guy Zessler, two very strong riders. Shlomi Chaimi is supposedly in one of the best forms he's ever had. He had his top finish in the World Championships of cross country just in this month, in the beginning of September, finishing 30th in the World Championship, which is a very good feat for our Shlomi. And he'll ride with Guy Zessler, who's slightly younger than him, more in the beginning of his career, both riding for Bikeway Racing Team, teaming up this year. Let's hope they'll do good, and this Prologue they'll start at 2:38, which is just 2 minutes from now. They're just getting on the ramp as we see riders getting up another ramp, a slightly steeper ramp here to the walls of Akko, of the old city of Akko, obviously.
So it is the local guys, Shlomi Chaimi and Guy Zessler, getting ready. 30 years, 24 years respectively, and as Aria already mentioned, both are national Israeli champions. It looks like, well, they're riding in the bar colors. I think it's a nutrition.
No, it's the Bikeway Racing team.
I saw the race name. I couldn't see on their jerseys. I see now. I can actually see it now on the jerseys. The BWR.
We have a new top riders in our results. We have Kevin Hasselbaum and Tobias Breisnach from Austria, finishing 10 seconds behind the fastest time from the Czech duo. Another good time, but I think it's going to break very, very soon when we have our elite riders finishing soon. As we have one of the good duos here. Again, confirmation of Angelo Di Veroli and Chaim Dahan winning the Masters category. Second in this category, we can see here are the Czech duo, and third we have Guy Baumel and Deyal Kazenstein, just around a minute and 15 seconds, all in the Masters category. And here we have Shlomi Chaimi and Guy Zessler, both wearing number 5, Shlomi 5-1 and Guy 5-2, the Israeli cross-country champion.
Well, there they go. They are a national treasure in this country when it comes to mountain biking. And you can see cool, calm and collective, these two.
Absolutely, just going off here in a storm. Let's hope they'll come back here in a storm as well with a good result here. Hope they'll have a good race. Next up are a team from Team Misgav. We'll see them fairly shortly on our screen. It's number 25. Here it's Uri Launcini and Gili Gonen as we see another beautiful view of the race today. We have had many riders starting already. We're up with the top end riders waiting, some of them waiting for finish, some of them still waiting to start. We have all our women elite riders starting and all of our masters already finished, masters and grandmasters and mixed categories. We had in the grandmasters the South African duo winning of Izzy and
Izzy Zimmerman and John O'Connor, Ori.
Yeah, thank you for completing that. In the Masters, we had, as we said, Chaim Dan and Angelo Di Veroli. In the mixed category, we had Dvorah Ochayon and Tomer Baruch all winning the stage, and with that, taking the leader's jersey for tomorrow and the spot in the box. Here we see the beautiful cotton fields near the finish, near the final steep climb just over the bridge. It's number 78 here riding for CCC.
And that beautiful trick colors, one of our partners as well, Ran Gonen and Asaf Brode.
Yeah,
Fit Zone.
Good one, Carl. As we see, I think it's Neama and Antonin, just hard to see, but just going off the walls, just flying down that steep climb. You see how when the level goes up, the riders they don't mind about that. It's nothing for them. That's what they do all day. That's what they work for.
Well, they've got a lot of skill, and this is the ladies, all the UCI ladies. That's going down there, but they're flying down there, absolutely flying down there.
Yeah, as we see another beautiful view from our helicopter shot of the old city of Akko. We have riders starting here in 1 minute differences. As we said, we will have the final start fairly soon at 2:52 with George Egger and Maximilian Brandl, winners of last year. We'll start here in just 12 minutes. So in an hour's time, we'll know all the winners of the day.
Well, the nice thing is as well, once the guys are finishing up, we've got a few hours spare, and then later on this evening, we'll have all the prize giving and race briefing for stage number 1. That is for tomorrow. Well, you can see that the guys working together. One of the last couple of teams getting ready to go. You can see they're a little bit nervous if I look at the guys and their postures, but it is Tobias Sindlinger and Gabriel Sindlinger, must be the two brothers from Germany riding for mtbnews.de.
Absolutely, we'll wish them good luck as we see more and more duos making their way back into the race village. This is another duo here riding number 57, Lior Biton and Vitali Frost, another strong duo here just climbing over the bridge. And here we see number 8 for Team Misgav. It is Tomer Zaltzman and Nick Burki, both riding together last year in the Epic, finishing in the 16th spot. Tomer has finished 4th in the Israel Cross Country Championship. He's a sportsman in the army, so he trained and goes to the army together. He's a very strong rider, still young, but he finished 7th in the European Junior Championship, if I'm not mistaken. So we still have to watch for him in the next coming years.
Well, I suppose it helps if you're a physical training instructor in the army. Obviously, you need to be always fit and make sure that the army is nice and fit. But they're getting ready. They've got less than a minute to go or so. Oh, well, a couple of seconds. There we go. 5, 3, 2, 1, and away they go. I quickly changed that minute to 5 seconds.
Well, time flies here in the Epic, so it can go anyway. So we had them, and we have only top riders left to go. Next up, we'll have Anthony Philip and Keegan Swenson from France
and US.
We'll have, we'll have Allard Basil and Philip Anthony from France, both number 23. We'll start next up. As we see a picture, live picture from Akko, from our motorbike, following this duo, who unfortunately we cannot recognize without their number.
I recognize the beautiful colorway jerseys, those the blocks, but yeah, we'll double check and see now if we can get some names for you guys as soon as we spot that race number. Those are still part of the, it's not the UCI riders so that's still part of the other guys while we're getting ready for, the Cube guys, team number 23. They're looking ready, nice.
And we see a very nice view from our drone and helicopter.
Well, as you guys can see the live footage, Basil Allard and Anthony Philippe, the guys from France, they are on their way for their 22-kilometer prologue, and then straight after them it is the USA combination. I think it's Keegan Swenson and Russell Finterswald.
Absolutely, them, another strong pair. Keegan is the United States cross-country champion for this year, and I'm pretty sure Russell finished third in the same race. So they're a strong duo. Another Team USA here. Another USA team here coming to race. Let's see how they'll do.
Very similar ages as well, you guys can see on the screen, so that's always a bonus. But yeah, the guys they're ready. The USA well represented in the 2019 edition as well. Plenty of their riders here. Coming from America, not 100% sure how long flight it is from America, but I'm sure the guys had a couple of days to rest and get ready for the wind.
Well, it depends where in America, because it's a pretty big country. It will be between 12 to 15 hours to get here, but the big problem that you don't have is the jet lag. It's around 7 to 10 hours difference, so it absolutely changes their days. But there were 2 races last week, 2 UCI races, C1 races in Israel, so many riders came here to race, get ready, maybe get prepared, feel the surface a little better. So I think riders like them could have gone over their jet lag doing something like that. As we see another view in the city of Akko, a beautiful view from our GoPro on our e-bike riders. We have Aviv, Yahzekal and Yuval Friedman riding our e-bikes, 2 former elite riders, 2 former riders. I'm pretty sure both of them did the Epic. And here on the line we have Jens Schermans and Max Joré. Jens Schermans is the Belgian cross-country champion, and his top position this year in the World Cup was 7th. So he's a very, very strong rider. By the way, the World Cup was in Getz, and his duo Max Joré has finished 7th in the French cross-country championship, and off they go.
Well, there they go, Jens Schermans, Belgium, he's ranked 24 in the UCI rankings, and Max Joré from France, he is ranked 319th in the UCI rankings. That doesn't say too much. My point is, these guys, there's a reason why they chose each other as a team, and I'm sure that they came here with great form and obviously try and get on the podium.
Yeah, it will be very interesting to see how they go, since the rankings don't say too much for us, and we have an Italian duo starting. There's actually going, instead of Guy Nieve and Payson McIlveen, who were supposed to come, but Guy Nieve has had a very tough and tiring season, finishing the Giro d'Italia, the second Israeli.
I saw he came 113th overall in the Giro. What an amazing achievement.
And this is Giole De Cosmo and Damiano Ferraro. You actually know Damiano from the Cape Epic.
I think he came second, or if I'm not mistaken, in third this year in the Absa Cape Epic. So yes, he's got a lot of experience and a lot of miles in that legs, and you can even see these guys, there's no fat on them. They are lean, they are mean. I wish you guys could see these racing snakes. Phenomenal.
Yeah, Damiano did race here last year as well, finishing 3rd as well. So 3rd in the Epic, 3rd in the Cape Epic, and
3rd in the Migdal Epic.
Yeah, let's see how they go. And his partner Giole has finished 6th in the under-23 cross-country world championships. So it's another interesting duo with a more experienced rider and a less experienced rider. Let's see how they go this year.
Well, there's 10 years difference between them. So yeah, definitely going to be very, very interesting. Mr. Ferraro and De Cosmo, 22 years old, and as I mentioned, Damiano Ferraro is 32 years old.
And obviously both of them are from Italy, if everyone had any doubts about that.
Well, they are the Italian stallions, those two. Well, once almost ready, it is a Switzerland-Germany combination. Simon Witzum, Markus Schulte-Lundsum.
And Simon Witzum, as you can see, is finished 6th in the Swiss cross-country championship, so pretty good rider there, riding with number 4 on their back. They're already started the course. But
so there's only 3 more teams that need to make their way on the starting line.
Actually, there are slightly more teams.
Oh, I see a couple of guys at the back there. There we go. Should be, what, 4 or 5 teams, not more than that.
With Andrew Lespie and Peter De Serra, the Canadian duo. Now you can see them on the start line, getting ready. One final drink before they start. Andrew did race here last year, as we said, with Rafael Gagne, finishing 7th, as you can see right now.
And they're riding in the colors of Norco Factory Team, Canada national team, by the way. When they're getting ready, 24, 28 years old. So yeah, still very, very young. Plenty of racing left in those legs.
Absolutely, and we hope some of them will be here.
I'm sure after this, well, they've come back already from last year, so I'm sure they're going to come back from next year.
I hope so.
Nice to see them in that time trial suits, by the way. So they're not wearing the normal, you know, jersey and bib. They've got a time trial suit on. It's only 23 Ks, or 22 Ks. So yeah, not too much. One water bottle for these guys, and maybe a goo or two, and obviously 1 or 2 little stuff for mechanicals, just a little bomb to plug a bomb and to plug a tire, and maybe some of the guys would take 1 tube between them.
And here we see Zumbo Palumbi and Andres Sparti, the next starters, finishing 10th last year, the Hungarian duo. Another big age difference, the 23rd and 27, the 37-year-old riders from Hungary will start this epic in just under a minute. As we can see, another beautiful view of the old city of Akko. Riders just getting there through the corners with speed.
It is a historical prologue, so we've got some new listeners. Once again, 22 kilometers, 100 meters of climbing. It is day number 1, the prologue of the Migdal Epic Israel. Tomorrow, stage 1, and then we've got obviously 2 more stages after that as the Hungary Team Hungary goes. That is the team number 6, Andras Patri, and Anton Sitz, apologies, and with him, his partner, Zsombor Palumbi. There we go. Thank you, Ori.
No problem. And here we see again the woman duo. And here we have Martin Glut and his partner, Fabian Geiger. Martin has raced the Epic last year, and you can see in the 2016 edition, he finished 2nd. So he's very familiar with this race. And Fabian, his Swiss partner, has finished 9th in the Swiss cross-country championships.
Well, it is the end of the season for most of these guys, so yeah, I know their bodies must be sore, their bodies must be tired, but they are ready for 4 days of unbelievable riding. As you can see, the guys are getting ready, just checking to make sure everything is fine and sorted on the bike. As we look on the live coverage now, going through those sand patches, energy sapping stuff, as the guys trying to get to find the best line. Well, there they're off, the team number 7. You can't see it now on the screen, but they off as we watch once again those beautiful colors, jerseys. The guys just powering through on those sandy sections.
Yeah, these are certainly hard sections, and we are going to have the 2nd finishing duo last year starting very soon. And you know what? The women started 43 minutes ago, the leading women, Catherine and Haley, and I believe we're going to see them here fairly soon. So we should get prepared to seeing them here, see which women duo is going to have the best result for today. I think we are going to have the results in a very, very short period of time. As we can see, a little more views of the city, and the easier way is, around the sand is not on the sand.
Let's try and look for as much or many little bushes and stuff. It's a little bit harder and better for grip than the sand, because that just takes all the energy out. Here we go, the guys coming up next, Karl Macht and Gregor Rachel.
Yes, Karl, or he's known as Charlie, finishing 2nd in the Austrian cross-country championship, and Gregor finishing 1st, both finishing 2nd in the Epic Israel last year. You can't see that, but they're sprinting their way out of the race village. They want to go one place better this year.
They definitely got a point to prove, these guys. So yeah, they are holding nothing back. I wish you guys we saw that. You guys see how these oaks warm up.
It's Maximilian Brandl hopping there near George Egger. Both very, very strong riders, winning last year's edition, and they are here to defend their title.
Well, they look good. They look very good. The German national champion and the previous, or the 2018 Migdal Epic Israel winners. I know last year was a different sponsor, but today we're talking about Migdal all the way.
Absolutely, and they will start in no time. They're just last check of the bikes. They look focused. They look like I think they're going to sprint their way out of here.
They are. They are not going to hold anything back, these guys. They've got a point to prove. They are the defending champions, and there they go. It is the final UCI riders. George Egger and Maximilian Brandl. There they go.
As you see, riders here struggling through the sand. They're going to deal with that near the end part of their course. It's after going through Akko. You have to go through this through this lots of sand. And here we have some more finishers in the race village. As you see, even our cameraman is struggling through that sand, so it's tricky. You have to keep your balance through there. And we have a women intermediate check. It's Sofia Gomez Villafana and Rose Grant finishing first on that intermediate check, 13 kilometers in the race.
And it looks like the guys from Canada, Hayley Smith and Catherine Pendrell, they're 11 seconds off the pace, and a minute and 7 seconds off Sofia Gomez Villafana and Rose Grant is Cindy Mutambalt and Sandra Walter. Once again, the Canadian combination.
And another 8 seconds just behind them. Oh, and we have finishers here. We have Catherine Pendrell and Hayley Smith finishing. You can't see it yet, but they finished here. Maybe they had a better finish. We'll have to wait and see. But they're here in the race village, trying to relax.
Well, let's see if they made up some time in the last couple of kilometers. We cannot see the other ladies' team yet. Well, it's still the men's teams finishing or making their way to the finish line. Well, some of the guys, here we go, still on that open part. They're through the sand section, close now to the finishing venue. Couple of kilometers to go.
It looks like the All-American Argentinian and American duo have had a really good ride today. Let's see how they'll do, because it's going to be an interesting race. It's another good riders to see. We're still waiting to see how Rebecca and Gita are doing here on the course, because there are another very, very big names for this year's race. We're still waiting to see if we get any results of them, and hopefully they didn't have any problems on the course. They started slightly later, so maybe they didn't go through that intermediate check yet.
Definitely today's course suiting the cross-country riders a bit more. It's shorter. It's, you know, a couple of technical climbs and descents, so definitely should suit the cross-country riders a little bit better. But however, the marathon guys thinking, okay, don't worry, we'll maybe give it to you guys today, tomorrow, the day after, and the day after that, we're still going to fight it out. Then it's on our turf and our territory. We really like the long stuff.
Absolutely. So we may see many, many changes in the jersey wearers throughout our 4 days race here in Israel. And the Mate Asher Regional Council, here we see some more riders making their way towards the end of the race. It's near the cotton fields, just about to go over the train rails and on a steep climb and back to the race village. We see riders passing each other, and as we said earlier, you cannot draft on another duo. You must ride only with your pair. It's a pairs race, and they started on their own, so they'll have to finish on their own today.
Yes, and that's golden rule in mountain biking stage racing. 2 minutes. You're not allowed to be 2 minutes apart from each other. That is your teammates. Very strict here.
And we just saw Yotam Novik and Sagiv Kechila. Yotam Novik is actually a judge for the Israeli Cycling Federation. You can see him sometimes in road races, off-road races, and you can see he enjoys cycling as well as he's racing here this year.
Here we go once again, beautiful images from the beautiful city of Akko, historical prologue, yes, and the guys are fighting it out. It is the Austrian team. Yes, just over that little bit of a bump as the guys go, and they're looking very fresh. Was that Maximilian Foldy and Manuel Pilem?
Absolutely. As we see another beautiful view of this old city of Akko. We thank very much for hosting today's prologue. We have a very, very beautiful course today. I'm not sure there was ever such a great course through such an amazing city in a race in Israel.
Yeah, and everybody actually believes in this race and believes what Gal and the team is trying to accomplish with their race. You know, not just putting it on the map, but putting Israel on the map as well. And, you know, the guys, the Ministry of Tourism, the JFN guys, Sports Council, municipal and regional councils, the Mata Asher Regional Council, everybody supports this amazing event.
As we see the Sofia Gomez Villafana and Rose Grant duo making their way up the final steep climb just over the bridge above the train rails, so they're going to be here very, very soon, and we are very curious to see if they are finishing behind or faster than Catherine and Haley.
Yeah, that's the interesting part or interesting thing about a prologue. You only will know with everyone, you know, once all the top heads of state and all the top riders are back home before you get the results, because these are seconds in it for these guys. Literally seconds in it for these guys and girls.
Yes, and here we can see Chloe Woodruff and Erin Huck from the United States riding here. Looks like they're going out of Akko back towards our race village, both in the United States colors, riding for Team USA. I believe trying to get some points from Tokyo 2020 next year. Many riders are here for that goal to make amends and get to the Olympics next year. It's a very, very big goal for many, many riders. As we see number 106 making their way above the train as well. Seems like it's Hilda Pereira and Lorenza Menapaz, the Portuguese-Italian duo.
Well, the Americans look good, still racing in a fierce pace, as you can see there. Beautiful arrows. I think that's one thing as well I can give hats off to the organizers. These routes are amazingly marked. Nobody can get lost. That's very cool. I think that's a basic that must always be done in any event. Always.
Yeah, we have the Epic has teams here marking the routes for days already. They go with their bikes all over, stop every few meters to put the arrow. Some places they can't ride, so they walk. And here we have Sofia Gomez and her partner Rose Grant finishing. We are waiting for confirmation to see how they have done.
Interesting on these times. They still look good. We can see team number 109 back home on the ladies. They didn't look too bad. You can see they're still in great spirit.
It's Cindy Montabu and Sandra Walter. I believe they started after.
They did. They definitely did start it quite a bit before the combination of Rose Grant and Sofia Gomez Villafane. It's going to be very interesting to see these times. But yeah, brilliant riding from the ladies. Quickly having some nutrition while we look at this amazing footage and area views. You can see all the boats, the yachts there, the beautiful walls, and the Mediterranean Sea. There's the cotton fields. Cotton fields, what take me back home. What is that song from Creedence Clearwater Revival? Well, there's a few versions, but yeah, there the guys go. It is still some of the back markers. In other words, the UCI men that just started the event. Plenty of riders finishing up, quite a few riders still on course. Everybody has done and started already, so now we're just waiting for everyone to come back and see who will be the head of state, who will be the chief and commander on day number 1. Well, the prologue for the Migdal Epic Israel, powered by Trek.
As we see Erin Huck and Chloe Woodruff going up that climb. And by the way, confirmation on that the gap, it was 2 minutes between Cindy Montalban and her partner, starting 2 minutes ahead of the Argentinian-American duo.
Alice Smith and Catherine just signing for great fans.
Some autographs for fans.
Okay,
there we go. She's everybody's all-round favorite girl. Just finishing up team number 106. There's a Portugal Italy combination with Hilda Pereira and Lorenza Menapaz.
Yeah, it was good. I think we worked well together.
Just cooling down. You can see the guys
you have no idea how you did relative to the competition, but we did our best on the day.
See, it looks like there's that the Hungarian team, the ladies Hungarian team.
The course was good. It was
they finishing up unbelievable. Looks like we're having an interview quickly with Catherine Pendle and her teammate.
Really put the hurt on me today, so it was hard.
Those jersey, special jersey. Can you explain us a little bit?
Sure, it's an organization called Fast and Female, and it's aimed at increasing women's participation in sport and more girls' participation. And today we caught a lot of boys, so I think we did it justice.
Yeah, it's an organization founded by a woman named Chandra Crawford.
Well, we're back at the Canadian
well, girls quit sports at a much higher rate than boys for lots of reasons. So the idea is to say we're women, we're in sport, this is what we do for a living, and we love it, and sports are great.
Would love to hear what they say, by the way, but it looks like
first time in Israel.
You can see still smiles.
Beautiful.
There you go.
I would like to hear these stories.
Me too.
We both lived with
but I know, I think they were here
and had a really great experience here.
They came a week earlier as well, just to last time I believe they were quite jet lagged, as you mentioned, but they came a little bit earlier just to climatize and get ready. Rode the course a few times, rode the other race as well, as you mentioned. So yeah, here comes, well, you can see on the course, but you can't see now on live the American team finishing up.
Erin Huck and Chloe Woodruff here finishing for Team USA. Thumbs up from them. Let's see. We're waiting for confirmation on results as we see Guy Zester and Shlomi Chaimi with Aviv following them. They're flying through the course. We can see
who is first?
No
who's first? I can ask. Who's first?
And they keep on pushing on the pedals. We're still waiting here for Rebecca McConnell and Gita Michels to see how they have done today. we are another big favorite for this year. And
so we're going to see you the next stages.
Results, but it looks like the Argentinian American duo has done very well today.
Well, there you guys can hear the helicopter. Once again, beautiful. Oh, well, there we go. The one prologue as it stands now, 44 minutes, 58 seconds.
That's a very big margin for today.
Definitely 55 seconds to the closest rival in a Canadian team, Hayley Smith and Catherine Pendrell. So, yeah, you can see Sofia Gomez, Villafani and Rose Grant definitely put the hammer down. These ladies are as quick as a hiccup.
Absolutely, and Cindy Montalban and Sandra Walter, as you said, are closing the podium. Just 2 minutes behind the winners. So the gaps are not so small in this race. Not as small as we thought they will be. It was, I think it's a show of power from Sofia and Rose. A very impressive ride. It's going to be interesting to see if they can keep the jersey, if they get it, because we didn't have all the women finishing yet. But I'm not sure they still have time to get the jersey.
Sophia and Rose, you are
as we see the winners here.
For now.
As it stands, these are the winning ladies.
Wow, I'm a little surprised. There's some very stiff competition here today.
Rose Grant and Sofia Gomez Villafani,
really
Argentina-American combination. And by the way, I mentioned this quite earlier, Rose Grant is a mother and a wife.
How was the course? Did you
so yeah, brilliant, and hats off. We got the local ladies, if I'm not mistaken, the Joe's Flats. No, Joe's Flat, no, it's not local.
That was, and it turned out that was really technical.
And now we just have Gita with some blood on
like some stairs that went to the beach, and you know, once you start getting traffic there, that's hard, but it was beautiful. There was party everywhere,
I think it's pretty clear that they
I'm really excited to have Rose
Gita felt today. She's just looking at her hands. You can see that now as we see the riders
First time you are riding.
I only see on the elbow. I don't see anything on the knees on it, so it doesn't look too hectic or too dramatic. Just quickly clean it up and maybe put something on it, but it doesn't look like too bad or too serious. Well, here comes the
and now we have the men duo, Daniel McConnell and Anton Sintsov, the first men duo to start and the first men duo to finish.
Now you're second,
catching here
but it's okay.
The women from Estonia.
For the next 3 days?
It's going to be very interesting to see these times. You can see the man from Australia. He is a bit, Mr. McConnell is a bit tired. You can see resting on the, well, you can't see, but resting on this saddle.
Land us the result we're here for.
He almost caught his wife. Maybe he's tired.
Yeah, and I think one of the coolest thing is, you know, we race a lot in North America, and we have Chloe and Aaron and
now we can see
4 Canadians as well. So for us, we're racing with the girls that we really know, and we're all really excited.
Do you think Sophia got some good chocolate bars for today's race? Maybe that's what did the job.
I think
so.
All
thank you very much, and
like
good luck on 3 days.
Lots of sugar, and that's a short stage, so it could help today.
She doesn't need the goose. She just takes that chocolate factory cookies or whatever they have there.
Absolutely, and we're still waiting for some more men to finish as we have TNT riders. Looks like Daniel and Eitan Levy. We'll just get confirmations of that shortly for you, finishing here the stage. It was that duo from Team TNT riding local riders here. As we see riders on the course, we still have a nice amount of riders on the course, not as many as before, since the time gaps are now 1 minute between the starts, but we have no more starts. We're just waiting for our riders to finish.
Well, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon in a beautiful Israel. We're close to the Mediterranean Sea for the first day in the prologue of the Migdal Epic Israel, powered by Trek. As you guys can see, some of the UCI riders on screen fighting out and racing hard. A couple of guys finishing up. Boom, a high five. Absolutely love it. Love the camaraderie, love the spontaneousness, and love it that everybody's just having such an amazing time.
Yes, these two riders are wearing Cycle Link blog jerseys. It's number 35, Alexander Sonis and Marcel Layton, as we see some more riders just on the seashore making their way to the end here. And riders are coming to the race village all the time. We're still waiting for some more confirmation of results, as we have an Ukrainian duo here, number 12 from Ukraine. It is Dmitro Tarenko and Vladimir Kozolevsky.
A few ladies finishing up. Team 107, Anastasia Ryabokina and Maria Petrova, all the way from the Russian Federation. The team name Serpetin. Almost sounds like Rasputin. Rasputin. What a nice name. They still look good. All the way from Estonia, as we've mentioned.
Getting cold with pouring some water on your head. It is hot here. We're sitting in the shade, so we don't feel it as much, but it's over 30 degrees.
Scorching hot, yeah, I won't lie to you guys. All the listeners, beautiful images. Absolutely love this part of the country. Well, there we go, some overall Prologue results. Time gaps for that is.
It is the overall Daniel Gathoff and Caleb Koeninger from Germany are leading for now with 41 minutes. Second are Eitan Levy and Eliad Daniel. And third are Daniel McConnell and Anton Sintsov. So I'm not sure they had the best ride they were expecting, because I believe that the good riders, the good German riders, would be slightly faster.
Yeah, I doubt if they're going to be happy with their performance today. However, they still got 3 more days to make up any lost time. I'm sure they're going to make sure they recover well, get those highly hydrated drinks in to hydrate properly for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be very hot as well. Well, it looks like it changed again.
Yes, we just had the Ukrainian duo going on first of Dimitri and Vladimir with 40 minutes, cutting up another 20 seconds. I think we're going to see it changing a lot in the next few minutes.
It will definitely change quite a few times.
מי שמצביע משפיע. ייכנסו לסקר היומי באתר ערוץ הספורט ותוכלו לזכות בשובר למגוון רשתות. מתנת?
ברצועת החוף היפה בישראל, וילה אכזיב, חצי דונם לבנייה עצמית החל מ1,690,000 שקלים.
פילה, להשיג בחנויות פקטורי 54. Change the game. פילה.
טויוטה נותנת החסות הרשמית למשחקים האולימפיים והפאראלימפיים בטוקיו 2020.
מניה ג'ינס, תבוא, מארגן אותך.
איך יודעים שהאבוקדו הבשיל?
תשאלו כל דחים.
סימן איכות של חקלאי הגליל.
So we are just going back here with the views of the old city of Akko, where our riders are riding for the final time. We have some riders here near the cotton fields of the end of the stage. These riders will probably be here in a few minutes. So we see these riders here going up this steep climb. It's number 22 riding for Giant. These two riders are Arik Kleiman and Ayelet Kleiman. As we have some more riders finishing here, we have a German duo of Lukas Schwarzbauer and David List finishing here. You cannot see it yet, but we'll probably get footage of that end result soon. They were flying in here. It looked like they will probably get the best time very, very soon. As we see some riders going on a slightly technical section here, but nothing to worry them. Number 18 riding Guy Kaftori and Noam Strashnov, and we have the results again for the men. Fabian Costa and Emmanuel Zengler finishing second with 2 seconds behind. What a great ride for the Austrian duo just after the Ukrainian duo, and we're still waiting for our fast riders, for our top riders, the winners of last year, to finish today's race to see what the times will be. I think they'll go down from 40 minutes.
I definitely think they're going to break that 40-minute mark. We still have to wait for George Eger, Maximilian Brandl, Gregor Rachel, Karl Marx, first and second last year. Overall, if you can see there, the guys, team number 22, looks like they're chatting away, chatting a little bit there, but they're getting ready out of the saddle. 1-2, 1-2, and it's the likes of Joshua Lecronte and Vincent Sibyl, the French combination.
Yes, out of the saddle in that steep climb, as we see a view of Aaron Huck and Chloe just over there for Team USA, talking on our end zone. You see them on high five. Maybe they got a nice result announcement now, but they are in the shade in our nice chill zone here in the Mate Asher Regional Council in our Epic Israel Race Village. As you can see, some more riders making their way on over here.
Well, there's already quite a few UCI riders wanting to check their times, because I know there's seconds in it, and specifically in the ladies as well. We'll still have to wait for them in. Well, there we got the women prologue as it stands
and
now.
I understand that high five right now. It's Chloe Woodruff and Aaron Huck winning by 1 whole minute. That's an impressive
They were
ride.
the ones that come and ask me, what is the times, where's the results?
Yeah, she just came here asking us. And we
so she maybe had a feeling that they took it, I don't know.
Yeah, so just under 44 minutes and almost a minute from the second duo. Rebecca McConnell and Gita Michels with a very good ride. Despite that tumble that they may have took, we'll have to ask them later. And Sofia Gomez and Rose Grant will go down to third place, so that's a pretty good podium.
Second and third place is a second apart, so that is going to be very interesting going into tomorrow's stage number 1. And then, yeah, Hayley Smith, Catherine Pendrell, they about a minute off the pace from Chloe Woodruff and Erin Huck. And then, yeah, we can see Virak Bruzaki, Regina Schmidl. They've 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes down. When once again we look at the boys, here they come. Just quickly.
This is Martin Glut and Fabian Geiger going up that incline over there. Number 7 running for Germany and Switzerland. Martin Glut, as we said, has been in that race for several times. As we have another duo finishing here, you can't see that, but it's number 22, the French duo that we just saw with Karl Markt and, no, excuse me, another Austrian duo.
It's the Austrian team, yes.
Yeah, Maximilian Fordin and Manuel Blame from Team Austria 2.
I think their time should be quite respective, should be up there in the top 10, at least in the top 10. The guys had a good start. While we wait for all the finishes now and go back on course for the live coverage, it is, there we go, my words weren't even cold, and we're back on course. It looks like, well, it is the e-bike with the team
with the
5.
Israeli duo.
There we go.
Rועי following the Israeli
Shlomi Haimi and Guy Sesler.
Good, we had a fun time.
Quickly having an interview with the winning ladies today on the prologue.
So.
There they are, quickly just having a quick interview.
You look like nothing happened. 43 minutes, best time, of course, on the course from the women. And this is the course that you expect.
Unfortunately, we can't hear them, but we can see some footage of their ride.
We tried to pre-ride it yesterday.
Very fast ride for this team, taking 1 minute, almost 1 minute
in the
from the leading riders up
town
to then,
and across
that
the
explains
wall
the
was
high
really
five over there and why they were so happy. It's a very nice ride, and they are the winners of today's stage in the women's category, and they will wear the women's leading jersey for tomorrow, hoping to keep it throughout the whole race.
Expectation for
good luck in that, and because we have a very strong field. We saw maybe they opened the minute today, but tomorrow is a different story. We're getting on the open stages, 3 long stages with tough climbs. Riding in a peloton is going to have slightly different dynamics. We're going to have to see how they go. And here's some more footage from them going just on the final climb. You can see they're working well together. The jersey zipped open. It's really hot here. And they're just, it looks like you can see how they go fast through this course.
Great, welcome here.
And definitely very happy to take the stage win or the prologue win, going into as the champs for the stage number 1. There we go, a quick wave from them, as we can see still once again the front or the top UCI riders out on course. That cotton field should be on the screen on the left-hand side that they've just passed now. There we go. Once again, every second counts with these pros. It's going to be tight. It's going to be very close today. And tomorrow we're going to have...
And here are last year's winner.
There we go. Maximilian, yes.
George going down off the wall.
They've already overtaken another team.
Whoa, they've taken last year's leaders. Last year's second place.
And
they have closed a 1 minute gap.
Yes.
That's impressive, and they're only halfway through the course. They still have a long way to go, and they already closed the 1 minute gap. That's showing how strong they are this year. That's a great ride.
They are looking good. They are looking very good.
Wow. I didn't expect that. A minute to close even before, so far from the end. It can be a minute and a half. Although I believe the Austrian duo will have to push harder now because they have nothing to do.
Well, just once again, confirmation of the women's prologue. Sorry, there we go. Overall prologue as it stands now for the first, some time checks. Lucas Schwarzenbauer, David List, the German combination, 38 minutes, 15 seconds.
So they shattered that 40-minute barrier with no problem. The German duo of Lucas Schwarzenbauer and David List, another riding for the same team as George Egger and Maximilian Brandl, and we just can't imagine how fast these guys will go if Luca and David are going that fast. So it's going to be amazing.
Well, I called it this morning. It's 35 to 37 minutes for the winning time on the males. So we're very close. We are 38 minutes as it stands, but there's still a couple of teams that still make their way to the finish area, finishing up with their prologue. As you guys can see, the blistering pace that these guys go easily in a late 20 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, they are going very fast. Number 20 over there, riding for Germany, Ranker Niklas and Paul Hauser.
Team Wheel Sports Beinarbelt. Beinarbeit. There we get it. The Mitas, I see Mitas, team number 15 just finished up as well. I'm not mistaken, but I think it's a local couple of guys. Milan, Czech Republic, apologies. Milan Damek and Jan Jabonek from the Czech Republic. Kilpi Superior, that's their team name.
And we see another duo with their jerseys totally open, flying up that climb, pushing up. It's number 15 again. 16,
well, it's already
French duo.
There we go, already 3:15 in the afternoon, local time. Maël Desreux and Enzo Marcy, Team VTT Eric Favre, mountain bike racing. How beautiful is that Mediterranean Sea? Some footage from the motorbike. That poor cameraman, he must hold on.
Yeah, both of them are going on tough terrain, so I think both of them are having a tough job. As you can see, some riders are struggling through the inclines we have on today's race. We have very, very steep climb. It may only be 100 meters of climbing, but you gain them with respect. It's not an easy game.
Yeah, it's not easy. This is a little bit earlier, the coverage a little from a bit earlier, where you guys can see, you guys blowing, was that blowing a kiss? I think so, maybe to his loved ones watching. Just once again to all our international viewers and listeners, welcome, how's it? Good afternoon. It is the Migdal Epic Israel powered by Trek 2019 edition. While we watch obviously the UCI men racing it out, everybody has started already. We're just waiting back now for all the heads of state. The winning time as it stands now provisionally for the males is 38 minutes. For the ladies it was 42 minutes if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think something like that, as we've just seen our Israeli duo making its way over here. We'll see them very soon. Guy Zessler and Shlomi Chaimi, and we can see some pictures from today. This is Naaman Neumann, the Israeli cross-country champion.
Well, we're back live with the USA team. Okay, USA.
This is Keegan and Russell from the United States, number 1 and number 3 in the United States cross-country championships, respectively. Let's see if they can do what the women did.
Yes, Keegan Swenson, Russell Finterswald. Yeah, let's see if they can take the top spot like their fellow countrymen, the ladies, that is.
And we have another duo making its way towards our race village, just sprinting up that final climb. Number 17 over there, it's Ophir Avina and Yuri Levinson, an Israeli duo riding local riders from not far from the area. As you have another duo finishing here, number 16, the French duo finishing the race today. High fives all around. Happy to finish the race.
See, the tongue is out. I don't know what he said there, but it looks like I'm finished.
Yeah. I don't think he said much more than that.
We can't repeat that on the live.
And we have Guy Zessler and Shlomi Chaimi finishing right here with a quick sprint. The Israeli duo just stopping their garments. Let's hope they have a good result today. We're waiting for confirmation to see how well they did. It looks like they work together, and here we have our cameraman, Aviv Yahzekal, running on his e-bike.
He doesn't look too bad. He doesn't look too bad. He still looks fresh.
Well, wait for tomorrow.
Yeah. A very nice cheer when the Australian riders came in now, so it's nice to see that the local guys supporting their local riders. It is a beautiful day for riding. Just once again, 22 kilometers and 100 meters of climbing. It is all part of the Migdal Epic Israel powered by Trek. The first day, we still got 3 more days laying ahead for tomorrow, the day after, and the day after. Saturday, we're finishing up with the shortest stage, about 72 kilometers, 800 meters of climbing. But as you guys can see, beautiful images right next to the Mediterranean Sea, and obviously through parts of the historical city of Akko. Cannot believe it. It is beautiful. It is awesome.
Yes, and we're going to be live all the next 3 stages as well, starting at 7 a.m. tomorrow, and on Friday and Saturday. We'll start
Saturday,
at 8
o'clock. Yes,
yeah,
there we go.
We sleep in a little bit.
Yes. Definitely, we're going to need that sleep, because every day, 4 or 5 hours on live commentary. We're still talking before it starts, and in the evenings when we do all our prize givings and jersey handovers. One of the teams finishing up, team number 17, and it is the likes of Ophir Avina and Yuri Levinson. The local riders.
Absolutely, and here we see number 25 riding for Team Misgav. Looks like Ori Launcini and Gili Gonen going up that climb. Look pretty tired already, as we see Guy Zessler over there with the Israeli champion jersey, and Shlomi Chaimi signing autographs as well. So it's not only the Canadian riders signing, but also Israel has its own stars.
There we go, exactly. All the rock stars when it comes to Israeli cycling. All the locals getting some proper, well, nice signatures from the guys. A little bit of a message as well. Well, it's team number 8 as the guys make their way up that one of those, I wanted to say false flat, but that's definitely not a false flat. It is Thomas Salzman and Nick Burke.
And behind them we see one sprint, a big sprint from number 23, really flying up that climb.
Yeah, it's riding the colors of Cube, the Cube colors, the bicycle brand. A couple of guys finishing up. I'm not sure if you got that number there. Number 20 is just finishing up on their race. It is Ranker Niklas and Paul Hauser from Germany, both from Germany. Team Wheel Sports, Penarbeit.
Absolutely, thank you very much, Carl. As we see some more duos making their way. It looks like the Canadian duo, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like Andrew Lesperance and his partner Peter Dicera.
There we go, yes, Lesbier. And who, what you said, his fiance, his girlfriend is riding as well.
His fiance, they're planning on getting married soon. So,
well, there we got a local rider. He's taking a backpack. He's got a picnic bag. He's ready for this epic Israel prologue. He's going to most probably stitch his pros when they come past him. He's going to sit on the wheel. I don't know. Maybe he's just there to get to work. I don't know.
Maybe give them one little turn and go back. And now we have an interview with Shlomi Chaimi and Guy Zessler.
Well, they are the local heroes.
And we have Ori Lamsini and Gili Gonen finishing from Team Misgav, going very quick. Let's hope we can hear them this time.
מסלול סופר מהיר, כמעט רק מישורי גם, חוץ מכמה קירות. מה שהופך את זה להרבה יותר מסוכן עם כל הרוחות האלה, זאת אומרת זה נורא מגרה ללחוץ נורא חזק. אבל אתה גם יודע שבסופו של דבר זה לא 5 דקות וצריך גם לסיים את זה בקצב די יציב ולא למות באמצע.
כן, סיימנו באמת בהרגשה ששמרנו על קצב גבוה לאורך כל המסלול. אני חושב גם שסיימנו בזמן די טוב, אנחנו עוד לא יודעים מה זה כל כך אומר, אבל 41 דקות על מסלול כזה זה 30 קמ"ש ממוצע בשטח.
הכנות מיוחדות בין שניכם לקראת המסלול, מי יותר חזק פה, מי יותר חזק שם, מי מוביל פה, מי מוביל שם?
תראה, גיא ואני סך הכל מכירים אחד את השני, גם יש לנו ניסיון עבר. אמרנו שניכנס לתחרות הזאת, נתחיל חזק, ניכנס לקצב תחרות שלנו, ומשם נהיה רגישים ודינמיים. אני חושב שעבד לנו לא רע, כל פעם מישהו אחר עלה קדימה, תלוי הרגשה
שלומי, אתה סבלת לאחרונה משבר באצבע, אבל הייתה איזושהי תחושה של נסיגה ופתאום חזרה. תחרויות טובות, גם בקפריסין.
Well, as the guys are having an interview, you see that Team USA just finished up as well, and it should be the guys, if I'm not mistaken. We mentioned them earlier. Just want to get the team names ready. Keegan Swenson and Russell Fint as well, the guys from USA, both cross-country national champions. Well, the one is a cross-country national champion. The other one came third. In other words, on the podium for the US of A.
You are not mistaken, as we see number 4 going here, and here we see Jens Shermans and Mark Siorek finishing number 30 for Belgium and France, the Belgium national cross-country champion, finishing the course. As behind them we have number 27, Tobias Seletzinger and Gabriel, both from Germany, running from mountain bike news.
Should be 2 brothers if I look at the surnames. And the other two, definitely going to have to double check and ask him that. But yeah, riding for mtbnews.de Deutschland.
Yeah, and we just saw Maximilian Brandl and George Egger making dust while they ride, so that means they're flying on the course.
Well, the German guys, you can't see them now while we're conducting the interviews. The guys are sitting next to the rails. They are tired, they are knackered. At least there's 1 or 2 little smiles I see from the side of the mouth, but I don't know, maybe it's difficult to, or it's so easy to turn a grin into a smile, I don't know, when the camera's on you. Not too many riders out on course. Only a handful or so teams still out there. We still got the defending champions out there. They want to make a mark and stamp the feet down and say, boys, we want this title again. Team number 3, they're getting nice. It's the guys from Canada, Peter Dicera and Andrew Lesperance, or Lesbi as his friends would call him.
And we have Damiano Ferraro and Giolo Cosmo. You can't see them on your screen, but they have just finished yet another big favorite for this stage. for this race, we're going to have to see how they finished. Another two very strong riders, as we see again, Maximilian Brandl and George Egger sharing the work, and between George is on the front, and Maximilian, the German national cross-country champion, is on his wheel, taking the fastest route through every corner, cutting every corner, trying to make it here as fast as possible. And here again we have the results of today. Lukas Schwarzbauer and David List are still in the lead with 38 minutes and 15 seconds. Second are Maximilian Fortin and Manuel Pilem from Austria, and third. New riders are Jens Schermans and Max Jore, new finishes 1 minute and 17. And Giola de Cosmo and Damiano Ferrara are just fourth with 1.5 minutes behind the pace. And I believe fifth were Keegan Swenson and Russell Finsterwald from the United States, just a handful of seconds or more after.
100% correct, Ori.
As we see Maximilian now on the front, leading the German duo, maybe for victory today. We have to wait and see. We'll know just in a few minutes.
Well, if you guys want to know, Maximilian Brandl is 41 years old. George Egger, 34 years old. They are the defending champions. Sorry, that's the UCI rankings. Apologies, very young guys. The UCI rankings, 34 and 41 for them. Still very young, apologies for that. 22 and 24 years old. As we see some of the guys finishing up, it is the guys from Canada. Andrew Lesby, well, Lesby's nickname. Peter Dicera just finishing up now.
Absolutely, and here they are near the fence. Just a back rub for him, and they look very, very tired, these two riders. It's a tough course, it's very fast, and now we can see Shlomi Chaimi and Guy Zessler's course from the start. We see some riders throughout the course. Riders ride one behind another just to block the wind and help and try to make the course as fast as possible for them. Here again we see the Canadian riders getting some water after this very, very hot and tough road.
Yeah. Well, you can see how the sweat is that you can see in their hair, the helmets. If they just have to, press that helmet, I promise you, there's going to be a lot of sweat that's going to come out of that, the chamois in the helmet. But once again, beautiful footage. If you guys can see all the agricultural the guys got here in this amazing region. I mentioned it earlier, not too many riders out on course. We're still waiting for last year's winners, George Egger, Maximilian Brandl. I wonder if they're going to be the top, or if they're going to take the top spot today in the prologue.
Yes, and very, very soon we're going to see Fabian Geiger and Martin Glut that we saw earlier. And I can just see them right now on my left. They're just through the final loop. And here we can see the Austrian duo, Karl Marx and Gregor Ragel, just powering through the final climb, trying to make the gap from George and Max as small as possible. As now we can see number 7 Fabian Geiger and Martin Glut here finishing the course. We'll have to wait for confirmation of the results. And now we can see George Egger and Maximilian Brandl finishing the course today. We have to wait to see if they're first, but I have a feeling they are winning today.
I am going to agree with you, Ori. I think that they definitely took it today.
And straight down to the floor after that stage, they look spent. Down the floor and water all over them. They give it all.
They gave a lot of pennies. They spent a lot of pennies today. Yes, if you see how Maximilian the sweat is dripping off his face. Gee whiz. Yeah, these guys gave everything. They gave absolutely everything. Well, there's a big smile at least. I think they know they took it.
Well,
I think
if they caught the Austrian duo, then I think they know they made a great ride today.
There you can see. There we go. They know. They've got they know that they've took it. I'll be very happy for them. I won't lie. I'll be very happy for them. It's always nice to be the defending champions and to come and say, listen here, boys, there's a reason why we won yesterday. We want to prove it last year, and we're going to prove it again this year. There's a little bit of footage from earlier.
Almost Gary and Zohar Galili almost pushing Zohar here up that climb.
Help a bit. Well, here come some more teams flying in together, actually. Let's hope and see if we can spot the guys. Well, they'll be back live. Yes. It is the team Andreas Party and Palumi. Yes.
Behind them we see the Austrian duo Karl Marx and Gregor Ragel. So I think they have around 2 minutes on them. Nearly 2 minutes between Karl Marx and Gregor Ragel to George Egger and Maximilian Brandl. And here we see George Egger and Maximilian Brandl, 37 minutes. You got it right.
You called it. Well done.
And 1 full minute ahead of Lukas Schwarzbauer and David
List. Once again, they're country members, so they're fellow countrymen. And then, the
1-2 for Germany.
Well, in the third place as well, we got the neighboring country with Marcus Schulze, Lundsman, and Simon Witzum from the German-Swiss combination. 1 minute, 58 minutes off the pace. Then it is the Canadians in 5th place, Andrew Lesbian, Peter Isera, and yes, the Austrian guys, once again, they're in the mix there. Plenty, well, a couple of French as well, and in the United States, and running off in the 10th place, it is the likes of Basile Allard, Antoine Philippe from France.
Yeah, absolutely. But we can see George Ega and Max Brandl are on a league of their own. They're here 1 minute ahead of any close competition. A very, very impressive ride here, I must say.
George
chapeau.
and Max.
Chapeau.
Okay.
Well, like I would say now, my
First
language, brilliant riding. From there they are as we speak now. The guys that took the first day, well, the prologue for the 2019.
George
brilliant
made such a high pace from the beginning on,
and defending champions all the way from Germany. George
saying to
Egger
him,
and
keep it
Maximilian
low,
Brandl.
But yeah, he was not to stop today.
Very happy with their performance.
You think you can?
Well, tomorrow it's what, 92 kilometers, 1,650 meters of climbing. It is not the Queen stage, but however, it's the most amount of climbing
me personally, maybe not,
for this respective stage.
Are perfect for me.
And I think, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It is a 7 o'clock start tomorrow. We'll start getting all the batches from 6:15. You know, the leading men, all the leading jerseys, the top 10 teams in the general classification.
Okay, after
and then
that,
we'll have the ladies, the UCI ladies, the UCI men,
exactly what
and then obviously all the rest of the guys that's participating in the 2019 edition of Migdal Epic Israel powered by Trek. But it's been a good day, Ori. It's been some nice, exciting racing. You can just going back to their race.
Which we have to fight against.
The guys are giving everything.
It's been an amazing day today. Great winners,
I have nothing to
honorable winners
to add
in all categories. We had great racing.
Again,
we have our last year winners going in and bringing a great ride today, Maximilian Brandl and George Egger. And you can join us tomorrow at 7 a.m. We'll start our live coverage, and you see again kids are asking for autographs from the German duo. We have, I think, kids getting autographs all over. And here we see Karl Markt and Gregor Ravel with not a very good ride, finishing 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Finishing second last year, but 7th on today. It's a tough one for them.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to get that, to make up that time, specifically the way that George and Max, you know, is flying at the moment and looking in great form. Still 4 days, well, still 3 days left of racing. Anything can happen. Like we always say, every sport's got their injuries. We just obviously don't wish anything that's upon anybody. Tomorrow, as I mentioned, it is 94.5 kilometers, 1,650 meters of climbing. Very nice spectator points. The guys can go to Goren Park and Montfort Lake. That's a spectator points. And then at kilometer 74.5, it is the end of the Kaziz Nature Reserve. I believe that's going to be very beautiful to ride past or ride through.
We're going to have a very beautiful stage tomorrow with one big climb.
I believe, yeah, the maximum gradient there is about 12%. It's a long climb. 3 water points at 32, 54 and 74.5. That's where the water points is, and I think the climbing, as I look on the profile, already the climbing starts from about 22 kilometers to about 40. That's a big climb, then it's up and downs. Looks like a little bit of a heart rate monitor there, you know, as things go. Then it's downhill all the way to 74.5 kilometers. A sharp, short climb. It looks 2 bumps there, and then downhill all the way. So I think the break is going to come at about 32 kilometers, give or take. The guys are going to start attacking just before the water point there. And I hope that's going to be the final, the final break for them.
מי שמצביע משפיע. ייכנסו לסקר היומי באתר ערוץ הספורט ותוכלו לזכות בשובר למגוון רשתות. מתנת?
ברצועת החוף היפה בישראל, וילה אכזיב, חצי דונם לבנייה עצמית החל מ1,690,000 שקלים.
פילה, להשיג בחנויות Factory 54. Change the game. פילה.
טויוטה נותנת החסות הרשמית למשחקים האולימפיים והפראלימפיים בטוקיו 2020.
מניה ג'ינס, תבוא, מארגן אותך.
איך יודעים שהאבוקדו הבשיל?
תשאלו כל דחריף.
סימן איכות של חקלאי הגליל.
Well, there's some footage from earlier. Beautiful images once again. You can see, well, we're back with, you guys can see the men's prologue as it stands now. All the results, the general classifications. 37 minutes, 9 seconds. That is the winning time. That is the defending champions, George Egger and Max Brandl. Everybody, obviously, make sure they're going to recover for tomorrow. 94.5 kilometer stage. It's laying ahead. Plenty of climbing for these athletes. We want to see if we can get some times now for the ladies. Should come up real soon. But it was once again the United Stage combination that took it in the ladies.
Yes, Erin Huck and Chloe Woodruff with another impressive ride. We had two impressive rides in the men and in the women. Two really impressive duos taking the win by nearly a minute, and with the women, Rebecca McConnell and Gita Michels finishing second, 57 seconds off the pace, and 1 second behind them is Sofia Gomez-Villafana and Rose Grant, who took the first lead but didn't manage to hold it. Fourth are Haley Smith and Catherine Pendrell, another 1 minute behind, and 1 minute 54 seconds from the first duo, so that's a big gap already. Fifth, we have Giovanna Konrak and Sophie van der Bruth. Sixth, it's Cindy and Sandra, the Canadian duo. Seventh, we have the Hungarian duo, Viraj and Regina, and that closed the top 10 for us.
I don't think that Gita Michels is very happy with her performance today. We saw that she had a tumble. I think they lost a bit of time there, so I think tomorrow they are not going to let anything away. I think that team is going to be the team that's going to do all the attacking tomorrow, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they are.
Remember, there's no pressure on the yellow jersey. They just need to follow the right moves and not lose too much time. Sorry, while we quickly go back to the Masters Prologue, Ori, I'll give it over to you.
We have Angelo Di Veroli and Chaim Dahan winning again by almost a minute over David Travnik and Viktor Kolar from the Czech Republic. All the rest of the duos are from Israel. Third are Guy Baumlumel and Eyal Kazenstein, very local riders. And Dvir Almog and Huda Bitbol finishing fourth. Another 5 seconds behind is Shavit Kochavi and Amitai Cohen. Sixth is Avi Adar and his duo.
Plenty of Israelis in the Masters category, so that's going to be very nice. All the internal rivalry and the fighting it out. So yeah, it's only the Czech Republic there. Well, here we go at the Grand Masters, and it is once again Israelis, Ronan and Hagai, Anabe, and then it is the South African combination, Izzy Zimmerman and John O'Connor, and in third place once again Israel, Amos Gary, Zohar Galil. And then, yes, in fourth place, sorry, Ori, I just wanted to say it, Gavin Fillion and Landon Lechranzi, all the way from the Republic of South Africa.
I wanted to give it to you. It's another South African duo for you, Carl.
Thank
we
you.
See some good representation in the box here and on the race as well. And fifth, we have, as you said, Oran Lugassi and Oran Uzrad and Nadav Lugassi, and sixth is Gil Kashi and Israel Chen. So it's pretty tight up there as well.
Very tight, very tight. So yes, we can expect some exciting racing for the next couple of days. Tomorrow is another day to fight it out. I think we are almost done with the live broadcast today, as we just quickly recap and watch all those amazing features. Here we go, just quickly once again, the mixed team. Hey, we haven't spoken about the mixed team.
Yeah, we have Tomer Baruch and Dvor Al-Chayon winning today by a
just
fashion.
on the times. Times. But yes, there we go. Once again, it is a local honeymoon couple. I don't know if they're a honeymoon couple, but they're friends. I'm just joking.
I wouldn't call that.
There we go. Yes, and in second place, Ivan Gretsonov, Seda.
That's the honeymoon couple.
That's the honeymoon couple. There we go. Anand Shadnami, Moran Telpas. They in third place, once again from Israel. And then Eldad Tohayan. Just missed the last name
and
there.
Moran Feller
there we go.
And we do see that the two first duos are only 30 seconds in between. So that's some interesting racing going to be between them. It's very tight.
Very tight indeed. Third place is about 2.5 minutes off the front leaders, or off the front pace, where you guys can see the guys in the background just washing their bicycles, getting it ready. One of our partners, the guys from Karcher, making sure the bikes and all those machines are pretty well oiled for tomorrow, the long, hard stage.
Absolutely, we did have lots of dust today, and again, overall results with George Egger and Max Brandl, our winners, and our new leaders of the race, coming back with the yellow jersey from last year, keeping it today. And second are Lukas Schwarzbauer and David List with an amazing ride, only 1 minute behind them. The closest ever are their teammates, Luca and David. I think they do something good in that team. Third are Martin Glut and Fabian Geiger, 1 minute 45. Fourth are Marcus Schulz-Lunzem and Simon Witzum. Fifth are Andrew Lesperance and Peter De Zera, the Canadian duo, 2 minutes behind. 1 second behind them is an Austrian duo, Maximilian Foldi and Manuel Pelem. And seventh are Karl Markt and Gregor Ragel, second last year, but 2 minutes and 13 seconds off the pace this year. Eighth are Jens Shermans and Max Jore. And ninth, Giole de Cosmo and Damiano Ferraro from Italy. And 10th from United States, it's Keegan Swenson and Russell Finsterwald.
That's it, yes. Just quickly looking once again at some previous footage. Oh, there we go, live again. As you guys can see the atmosphere at the finish line here. Everybody's just relaxing, getting their heads together. There's John O'Connor. If I see an easy Zimmerman on the podium for South Africa. We're just quickly going back and having on Channel 5. You guys
yeah, it was fun racing. We went on the limit and had a good speed. Fabian was one time where he went over the tape and he had to turn because was a bit lost maybe 10 seconds there.
I believe that by the end of this race you'll know fluently.
In overall, I think we had a really good prologue.
Yala, let's go.
I would say that it was very nice prologue, especially through
and by the way, about the men elite
really nice
category, I saw that the top 10 are less than 3 minutes apart.
Perfect, but,
so it's still pretty tight, still open.
It's anybody's game. Anybody's game, yes.
Satisfied with your third place? Your third place, probably you know. Okay, 145. Podium is good. 145 from the German couple.
Yeah. No, it's a good time, I think, for sure. We lost some minutes, but yeah, it's the first day and it's a long race overall. So we have a lot of kilometers left to chase the time, and yeah, we are happy.
I understand that the two teams are working together. The 4 German team. Because you're from German, you think there is a chance to go to the first or second place, or it's over?
Yeah, for sure. The Lexware guys, they have 2 teams. It's advantage, but when it's really hard, it's like hard to help each other. I think they still need to ride, so I think it's okay if you're just alone in one team. Yeah, not a problem. Yeah.
Some plans for tomorrow, or looking for the first place, for the leader, or you go on your own pace?
In the end, you also have to consider the first 3 teams are cross-country riders now, and yeah, Prologue is good for us, but it will be long stages, and I expect also maybe other teams to go faster and try to go to the front, and yeah, we will see how it turns out and just go and do our own race.
Great. For you, I know it's not the first time, not the first epic, not the first time in Israel as well.
For me, it's the first epic, the first time so long. I was here once, 2010 in Haifa for European Championships, but long time ago. But I enjoy to be here now longer, for 2 weeks almost, to see some sightseeing and see some landscape. Yeah.
Great. Good luck. Good luck for tomorrow and for all the rest stages. Probably we're going to meet.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Well, as you guys can see, we're back. Just obviously recapping on today's stage, a couple of photos this morning from all the heads of state and all the sponsors and the regional municipal managers. So there we go, happy when they cut the ribbon. We're back at the live commentary. Sorry guys, that is the Hebrew live commentary.